Times.
Well, all right. Dutch Gradient as my guest and co-host. Do you mind telling that fabulous? Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for being here. This is Canadian Spider-Man. We're doing a Sunday night chat. Do you mind retelling that story? Because
Welcome
that
to
was
the
awesome.
stream.
Yeah, basically, I was just talking about not wanting to hear any spoilers about the Spider-Man movie coming up because I have an early screening on Wednesday,
Right.
and my major problem with spoilers really stems from going to see Terminator 2 opening night. I had avoided all of the trailers, all of the interviews, all of the stories, all of the behind the scenes garbage because I already knew I wanted to see it. I didn't need anything given away. But I made the mistake of going into the comic book store to get my comic books for that week. And I mentioned to the guy behind the counter that I was going to go see Terminator 2. And he said, well, spoiler for the first 20 minutes of the film. Now, for those of you who have not seen Terminator 2, mute this stream for the next couple of minutes and go see it. It is worth seeing because it's brilliant. For those of you who have already seen it, know the story and everything else, he said, well, Arnold's the good guy in this one, right? I was like, well, no, I didn't. Thank you for ruining that for me. So, for the first 20 minutes of the film, you are not supposed to know that Arnold is the good guy.
Right.
You see the obvious Terminator with the turbo vision, walking into the biker bar, acting like the Terminator, totally naked, kicking butt, knife into the guy's shoulder, throwing a guy onto the grill, stealing the clothes, stealing the shotgun, stealing the sunglasses, stealing the motorcycle. Off he rides.
Yes.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Meanwhile, the resistance guy shows up, and the first thing he runs into is a police officer, just like in the first Terminator. Oh no!
I didn't know that. Right. It is like the first Terminator.
Right, but he gets the drop on the cop, knocks him out, steals his uniform and his car, and now he's gonna try to save John. Yay! You see him smiling at John's foster parents as they ask about that big guy who came by asking. Now, I'm sure he'll be all right. He's using contractions, he's smiling, he's obviously human. It's not until John runs from that cop in the mall, because, John's a hoodlum. He's a no good. He's a thug, and you see the Terminator coming down the hallway with that box of roses and the shotgun underneath it. Guns and roses. Ha ha. The kid sees the Terminator coming. He's heard his mother's warnings about these things. The Terminator drops the box of roses, brings out the shotgun, and cocks it. Oh no! The kid turns around, runs back. Oh crap! Here comes the cop, who sees the Terminator and pulls his 9mm service pistol. What the heck is he going to do with a pistol against the Terminator? Right. And then the Terminator says to John, "Get down." What? Blam! And this silver splotch appears on the T-1000, who recovers immediately and starts opening fire as the Terminator grabs the kid, spins around, and shields the kid with his body. What the? Huh? This was 20 full minutes of suspense that was blown for me because one jerk in a comic book store couldn't keep his mouth shut.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. And no, your ears did not deceive you. I did self-censor on that one.
Oh, no, this is the Canadian Spider-Man channel. You can say whatever the Nazi fuck you want.
But I don't. I just say, it's like that dang bastard had to say that.
No, yeah, okay, good. No, because I don't ever see myself being monetized.
Oh, Robert Patrick was more. Robert Patrick was more than awesome.
Shit.
If you
watch, he wasn't even muscular or big. Like, the bad guy in Highlander. His name escapes me right
Clancy
now.
Brown.
Clancy, the only one.
At least he was like physically formidable. But the only thing about Sean Patrick is he can run Fast.
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, right.
More than that, when you see him chasing John on the scooter and
Yes.
he's running after him, you see his hands knife blading. He never opens his mouth during that entire chase.
Wow. Right.
Every time he
Breathing through his nose.
he opens fire with his gun, he never blinks even once. You watch most movies with actors like Beverly Hills Cop or Lethal Weapon or Die Hard. You see guys blinking as they're shooting because these are actors. They're not used to shooting.
They're not used
Robert
to shooting.
Patrick trained himself to shoot without blinking because he's a robot. He's a Terminator. He's a T-1000. Of course he won't blink. Yeah. It was
same as Data had in Star Trek Next Generation. Brent Spiner had to deal with the same difficulties, I would imagine. I just want to welcome the chat before we get. Thank you for that introduction and great start to the stream.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate that. Dutch Gradient. Now we've streamed before, but
usually on Jill's channel,
right? But
or Eclectic Goat,
just ourselves. And so thank you for co-hosting.
No, dude, thank you for inviting me on. I'm glad to be here. You had your drink. I have my drink. I'm drinking an apple core.
Well, first of all, this is water because I'll start the night with water. And I do want to say to the folks, cheers.
Midnight to midnight with Cardinal Sin.
Cardinal Sin. He is no longer with us. He passed away about 2 years ago, but he's the reason that I am streaming. He's also the reason that I believe Jill has a channel. So
God bless him.
A great friend of Doomcock's. He and Doomcock had a paranormal channel that they did together. You can still find those shows on Doomcock's channel, and they explored the paranormal. So perhaps, paranormally speaking, Cardinal Sin is watching us now. Cheers.
God bless him, and I hope he is resting well and deserved his rewards. Myself, I'm drinking a drink I call the Apple Core. It is one part Maker's Mark, one part Martinelli's bourbon. One part Martinelli's apple juice, not the sparkling stuff, the solid apple juice, which is the best apple juice on earth.
The Madre type.
It is fantastic. A buddy of mine doubted me on this. He asked me to pour him a glass. I poured him a glass. He drank it. He took a sip and he said, "It tastes like I'm eating an apple." I said, "Yes, it's the best apple juice on earth." And he said, No, you don't understand. It tastes like I'm actually eating an apple in my mouth. I said, "Yes, it's the best apple juice on earth. Is there an echo in here?" And then the last part, by the way, bourbon and apple juice, especially Martinelli's, go great together. And one day, just out of curiosity, I decided to add 7-Up to it. Here's the thing. Most sodas you would add to this will dilute the flavors. Okay? Bourbon and apple juice have a wonderful choreography between them. They dance beautifully together. But you add like a store-bought lemon lime, it's going to dilute the flavors. You add ginger ale, it's going to dilute the flavors.
Yes.
You add Sprite, and you'll have to pour the whole thing down the drain. I am not kidding you. It is undrinkable. But 7-Up, for some reason, takes those two flavors that are dancing together, and it explodes them. It expands the flavors to where you taste every molecule of bourbon, apple juice, and 7-Up if you mix them 1 to 1 to 1. Bourbon to Martinelli's apple juice to 7-Up. No other lemon lime soda does this. I don't know why, but wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, and Omni TMX, you are correct that Patrick was Robert. Yeah, they say Robert Patrick was amazing, and driving away from him was super hard in the parking garage. Yes, because the first couple of times they did it, he caught the kid on the motor scooter. He ran so fast, he caught the kid, and Cameron was like, "Well, That's it. The future just ended because the kid's dead. So they had to have the kid really gun that bike so that he could get away from the guy on
Right, he
foot
kept
who
catching
otherwise
him.
would have
Yes.
caught him.
Yeah. And you want to hear something funny? I actually met
Yes, I
this
do.
gentleman in real life just a couple of days ago.
Robert
So,
Patrick?
no. Almost, but not quite. Omni TMX. So,
Oh, hey, that's even better.
yeah. We got together and had a beautiful. The weather was awesome, so we sat outside and had a little meeting. So it was very nice to meet you, sir. Thank you for being here. And would you actually, while you're there, would you mind reading Max Redstone, a good friend of the channel's?
The
Please.
liquid metal computer generated special effects were state of the art, especially when combined with top notch practical camera effects. Best sequel ever. I'm with you until those last three words because I think Aliens was a better sequel.
Oh, that would be hard to argue with. And so would Die Hard 2, actually.
We'll have to agree to disagree on that one.
Well, I just like this one.
Understand, I lived in the DC area, so I know where Dulles Airport is and
okay.
how the area is. And I'm like,
I visited,
wait, why are the payphones Pactel?
and I visited DC as part of a graduation trip in grade 12. So that was 37 something years ago, but it was lovely at the time. It's the first time I ever saw a policeman in a McDonald's in Washington DC. We didn't have those in New Brunswick at the time.
Now this is an interesting story I'm not familiar with. Daniel's Hot Topics
Yes.
8187 says that Robert Patrick was going to be in a Terminator movie, probably a prequel, where Robert Patrick was going to be a scientist working for the Resistance when a T-1000 found him, killed him, and took his form. Interesting. Honestly, I'm glad they never did that because that's answering a question we never had.
We never asked. Right. Okay, I see. Right. Oh, you know who's in the chat? It's our friend, Lemon Pie. Hey.
Hey, Lemon Pie! I just saw you on the previous channel with Theta and DJ and KJ and Scotty.
Oh, Scotty too? Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, he was invited on. We were covering Pool Hall Junkies, the movie.
Was that tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I have a special video because Lemon Pie happens to be a fan of the rodeo and cowboys. I have a video. Here you go, Lemon Pie. This is for you, my friend.
Yay!
We are at the High River Stampede Chuckwagons.
That's short. Let's see it one more time just to make sure we caught it.
Please.
Here we are at the High River Stampede Chuckwagons.
I said Waces. Yes, I said it with a W. I've been telling you. I've done talking all afternoon. I was exhausted, so yeah, I said Waces with a W. Yes, thank you.
I don't care. The point the thing that boggles my mind is that there were so many single rider horses behind the carriages.
Oh, okay, I learned this recently about chuckwagon races. Here, it's part of the sport. Get this. Those guys are very important. They are very, very important. They get all the drinks and the ladies at the bars. Those guys are called outriders. And they have to, their job at the start of the race, if you watch, I'll play it again. I've got another video, I think, where you can see them starting.
I did see one or two of them with one of the carriages, but the majority of them were behind the carriages.
Right. Oh, yes, they are. They were. They have to finish within 100 meters. So that's about 350 feet of the chuckwagon. So they have to keep up with the chuckwagon. If they finish behind the chuckwagon, they get penalized for every few feet they're behind. And at the start of the race, they're very important because those horses, they are bred to run. They are not being forced to run, ladies and gentlemen. Those horses have to run. They love to run. They are bred in their genetics to run. Just like, you have that friend that just loves to fuck. Or, well, these horses have to run. That's what they have to do, even to his own detriment. You know what I'm talking about?
You have that friend who has to be a guest star on every YouTube show he can be, like Dutch Gradient. It's just like that.
It's in their genes, exactly. So these outriders at the start, and I've got a video here that shows the start of that very chuckwagon race.
That's easy for you to say.
They jump off they don't start on their horse. Those single riders, they start off their horse. They are literally holding the chuckwagon team with their bodies. And these are big guys. I couldn't do this.
Oh, they start
they
off their horses.
Because they all have to line up. And the first and second chuckwagons arrive first. And the third and fourth are getting into position. And while they're getting into position, the first and second ones are like anxious to go. So the guy literally has to like stop them with his body. And so that's why outriders are important. And they also have to finish within 100 meters or about 350 feet of the chuckwagons. So I'm going to play that again. And I've also got a video here that shows the beginning of the race. So you can see what I'm talking. You can see a guy like literally holding these two horses back, and horses weigh a lot, but this guy was pretty strong. Well, exactly. Would you mind reading this video? Shit.
I already read it. I already read that one.
Sorry. No. This one.
I already read that one too.
You did?
Yes, sir.
I'm that far behind on the chat. Oh my goodness, thank you.
Well, no problem.
I have my contact lenses. I'm not wearing my glasses today, so I Daniel's
Hot Topics 8187 had made a very good point about a potential prequel to Terminator 2 that I was saying, well, I'm pretty sure we never needed to see that movie because that was a question nobody asked.
Awesome.
However, Max Redstone does say that, hey, Canadian Spider-Man, I have your link. I'll be on stream in 5 minutes. Martinelli's is the best apple juice ever, and you are correct, Max Redstone.
Nice.
I don't care what anyone says. He's right.
What a letdown. No, not Robert Patrick.
No, he was talking about how you had said you had met him, and I said, Robert Patrick, and you said, no, Omni TMX.
I
said, that's awesome.
Omni TMX, which is almost as fucking good, right?
Yes, and he said it was a fab visit, and it's too late for him. Otherwise, he would call in.
I'd love to have you here. Thank you. Hey, Morgan, thank you for being here. That is Morgan Luck. That's a tough one.
Morgan Luck.
Love it. I need a voice modulator. That is so cool.
That's not a voice modulator. That's just me.
So you watched a lot of Inspector Gadget as a child.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. Next time.
Not to mention, there's also...
Know this, only one may enter, one whose value lies beneath the diamond in the rough. That was the tiger in the sand in the cartoon Aladdin, who was also voiced by Frank Welker, who did the voice of Dr. Claw in Inspector Gadget. Frank Welker is a ubiquitous voice actor who's been doing voices since Johnny Quest, where he did the voice of Bandit. Yes, Bandit had a voice. He wasn't actually barking like a dog.
They still hand drew cartoons for Johnny Quest, I think.
Yeah, and Johnny Quest is the first one I remember where they would have have characters talking where the jaws actually moved with the mouths.
Right. Hey, Sylvia, your lovely artist is here. Hello, and good to see you. We're going to show a couple another videos here. Which do you mind reading this from Daniel's hot topic?
Yes, I might, but I'll do it anyway. So Daniel's Hot Topics 8187 Wrenched says, sadly, the company that was going to make that prequel movie with Robert Patrick went out of business, bankrupt. And the company that bought Terminator canceled everything and made a movie that bombed. Daniel, I understand where you're coming from. Yes, Terminator 3 was dreadful. Hey. Honestly, everything after Terminator 2 was dreadful. But did we really need to see how Robert Patrick got his face? I mean, I'm sorry. That's like seeing a movie where we find out where Han Solo got his dice or his last name. I was like, these are questions nobody asked.
And hello, yelling into the wind. Welcome and hello. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And just in case,
there's only one prequel I can think of that was ever good. And it's only a partial prequel Godfather Part 2. The Godfather Part 2 is half prequel, half sequel.
Speaking of Godfather.
It's the only prequel I have ever seen that actually is good.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hello, Max Redstone. Welcome.
Hey.
Thank you for being here. Frank.
How do you do, Max?
Oh,
Sorry.
Go, Gadget Translator.
Sorry, I've done that voice to death. How about, hi, Max, how are you?
Hello, dreaming through the galaxy. Hello and welcome. Thanks for being here.
Oh, boy.
Wow,
Max,
This
did you
is
see
definitely the most... What?
Max, did you see the Chuckwagons?
Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry. This is how I was going to introduce myself. Roll in.
Here we are at the High River Stampede Chuck Races.
Got my ass is swollen, rawhide.
There, I paused the video, the sound on that.
There you go.
Yeah,
I did. I saw all the Chuckwagons.
You know, honestly, anytime I hear Chuckwagon, I think of the
Think about
dog
the
food
dog
commercial
food,
from
yep.
the 70s.
Yep, me too.
You're in your 50s then.
Even though I was born in the 70s. So
you feel it. You feel it.
So
when
you're
they
not in your
thunder
50s.
Past you.
I'm Gen
You
X.
feel these guys.
Oh, I'm also Gen X, but I was born in the 60s. Very,
No,
very,
no.
very, 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 very late 60s, 69. But hey.
Apparently, that was a good year.
Apparently. I mean, hey, my mom told me that she was changing my diapers when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
All
Like,
right.
cool.
So
One
everyone was having a
small
good time
poop for
then.
man, one giant crap for all mankind.
So, Max,
You know what's
thank
really
you for being
what's
here.
really funny about that is when you
Yes.
listen to the actual broadcast,
Yeah.
you hear him saying, "That's one small step for man, one leap for mankind." You hear the breakup.
Uh-huh.
What he said was, "That's one small step for
a
man."
man,
Yes,
yes, I'm
one
aware.
giant leap for mankind.
Yes.
And then Walter Cronkite just screwed it up, going, "And that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." You dumbass mustache motherfucker.
I believe Neil Armstrong just said he got head on the moon. That's outstanding. I'm sure Jack Kennedy would really regret not going there.
Here's the start. I'll watch it. See? Here, I'm going to restart that.
Wow, they do have to climb onto their horses.
you
Oh,
watch
and then
the
the
Outrider.
Chuckwagons have to turn
And then-
180
watch the
degrees.
Outrider.
Is that an Alaman left?
Do you see the Outriders are going to hold the horse teams back?
There's no starting gate.
And
Yep.
no, and then they each
No, but they
their
have to
own
turn
barrel.
around those barrels.
They do, but the Outriders are literally physically holding this horse team back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this
Wow.
hot topic says, but that's just me.
Yeah,
So I always
because
wondered who
he
the guy
previously
that
said,
went
he said, "So I always wondered who the guy that T1000 iced to get his OG face." But that's just me.
And hey, Morgan Locke, yeah, we're gonna see some horse riding here. So watch these guys
Morgan,
are holding the
what-
horse back.
What Morgan Luck actually said there was, "Whoa."
Whoa!
Dude, strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
All right,
Whoa.
grab your drinks, friends. We're gonna watch some friggin'. Now they're gonna disappear for about 25 seconds. Don't worry, they have to race around the whole outside of the track, and they're coming back, and then we're
But
right
wait,
here at the finish
They'll
line.
be back.
They finish right where we're standing, and I'm watching through the chain link fence, but I'm holding the camera above the chain link fence.
No, I
That's
got that.
what's on.
That's brilliant camera work, sir.
And all these Alberta guys, these young, like 18, 19-year-old Alberta kids, they could see above the fucking fence, and I had like they had
Oh
a foot
my
on
God.
me. They were like
Okay,
6'6",
real quick before you start the video. I'm 57 years old. I am 6'2". I am used to being the tallest person in a room.
right?
And now there are these kids coming out of college who dwarf me.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there going, you know what? Don't even try to tell me they are not putting something in the water.
GMOs.
Something. No, these kids, well, I think it's Alberta beef and cheese and the sun.
But it's happening down here in the States too.
I'm not sure. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, Tommy. And Dreaming, we're going to read your comment right after we. So we're going to watch this race here, folks. And you watch these they're called the Outriders. They're the single riders on the
I
horse.
just one thing before you start. I have one thing to say.
See, now when you say I have one thing to say, I expect you to say it's better to burn out than to fade away.
High River, Alberta.
Oh, he knocked over a barrel. That's a penalty.
That's a penalty. That's a 5-second penalty.
You know, that guy, the blue shirt with the cowboy hat, he looked bored.
Profusely by Aubrey Malaville and the Crawford Insurance Group, who's facing an outside charge from Troy Dorchester and Puritan Services. The trailer alone.
That one right there. He was like looking down at his phone.
Closing in now on the still back for Dorchester. But up on the front end, it's the speedy Evan McGee.
Here they come around that far corner.
Oh, wow, you see him over there, yeah.
Here we
Now,
are in High
honestly,
River at
by-
the Chuckwagon races, and they're just about to come around the finish.
But by this point, I'm expecting the guys who are single on horseback would have long passed the Chuckwagons. Come on, they're wagons. Oh, they're not allowed to. Okay.
And I cannot see the screen, so I cannot see what I'm doing.
Well, the Chuckwagons just passed with a whole bunch of horses, including a couple that were ahead of the last Chuckwagon.
And it's Chuckwagon by nose.
And now it's down to you nodding, smiling, and
Pretty exciting.
looking through the links.
There you
Yep.
go.
That was a great video.
Oh, thanks. That was a lot of fun. So I volunteered. I sold beer tickets today.
Mm.
And have you ever repeated the same spiel 1,000 times an hour?
Yes. I used to work at a call center.
Oh my good God.
Yes.
Did you have a revolver next to your desk?
No,
Nope.
which was a good thing.
NICHD help desk. This is David. How may I help you? NICHD help desk. This is David. How may I help you?
Actually, I was
NICHD help desk. This is David. How may I help
a
you?
lot of this,
NICHD help desk. This is David. How may I help you?
a lot of the stuff I was doing was like political campaigns where it's just auto dialer stuff, and it's just like as soon as I hear the boom, hi, so are you? No, sir, I'm not a no, sir, I'm not a machine. I'm a human. What the?
Oh, yeah.
No one
Did that once. I did that once, and the person was asking me if I was a machine or not. I was like, really not a machine. Ask me anything you like. I'm a real person.
like-
And they asked me a whole bunch of questions. They're like, all right, I guess maybe you're not a machine. I was like, really? I'm not.
Yeah.
I've got a pulse. I'm checking it right now. Yeah, a little high, but otherwise.
You or your pulse? Well,
Me.
yes.
I mean, my pulse. I mean, wait, what?
Max, would you mind reading this from our good friend?
Today, I actually went stargazing in my yard for a bit, and I also got a new dog today, a golden retriever. I just wanted to leave a sub because a sub because I'm going to be stargazing. Bye.
Oh,
Enjoy your stargazing. That sounds like
I might
awesome
do that.
fun.
I might do
Good
that
news, everybody.
Good news, everyone.
Awesome.
Hey, you know what? Frame the Big Dipper in your sky photo tonight. Because
That is up
apparently,
there.
according to my Stargazer app, it's really important to look at it tonight. Of course, it's raining and thunderstorming outside, and my skies are completely clouded, so I can't see it.
Yeah, it's foggy out here.
No. Really? Oh, it's clear skies here. It was hot as balls today.
You son of a woman!
It's also
Yeah.
hot as balls, but I think it's starting to drop below the dew point.
It was actually not terrible the last couple of days, only like 79 to 85. But the next couple of days, it's going to be into the mid 90s.
Yeah,
Oh,
same
no
here.
way.
El Nino.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm trying something right now. I don't know if it's going to work or not. I won't know until I get my next bill at the end of this month, toward the end of August, I mean. But I have been setting my air conditioners. I have upstairs and downstairs. I've been setting them to 72. Normally 76 during the day. 72 at 11 o'clock. And then at 1 in the morning, they drop down to 66 in the upstairs, 65 in the downstairs. No, sorry, 65 in the upstairs, 66 in the downstairs.
Here we are at
They
the High
stay
River
there.
Stampede Chuckwagons.
All right. Another ending, a different heat.
And they stay there until about 6 in the morning. Funny thing
Ooh,
is, it only
Interesting.
takes them about 2 hours to get down to 66 and 65.
Cool.
This is when electricity costs almost nothing.
Literally cool.
In the morning, about 6 o'clock in the morning, both of them switch back to 76. The upstairs air conditioner does not turn back on until 2 or 3 in the afternoon. The downstairs air conditioner does not turn back on the rest of the day.
Nice.
I am
Doesn't have
thinking this is going to cut my electricity bill drastically, but I won't know until I get the next bill.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a good idea. And it's all through timed, you just program them, right? When they come
Yep,
out.
I
exactly.
don't know how it is in Canada, but a lot of the utilities here in America have peak and off-peak hours, and they charge thusly.
Same.
Yep.
But if we want it to cool down at night in Canada, we just open the windows.
The humidity down here in Tennessee is far too high. I would never do such a thing because I have hardwood floor and books.
Oh, man.
Yeah, humidity not good for either of those.
Yep. Gotcha.
Which is why I also have dehumidifiers that run at the same time the AC does.
Here, Parrot Head, this is the ending of one of the last heats of the Chuckwagon races. Here I'm going to show this ending. This is the ending of the race, so we don't have to watch the whole thing.
Cool.
Here you go. This is for Parrot Head.
Here they come.
Parrot Head.
Here they
gives
come,
me
spinning out of the
laughs every week.
turn.
Here we are at the High River Stampede Chuckwagons.
Yeah, they have been in the lead the whole time.
Again with the W.
That red wagon was in the lead every time I saw it. The other guys, they were just taking up hind tit.
I don't know who won, which is a shame. I should have, but I was too busy selling beer tickets. You got to understand. Oh, do you want to see the after party? Here was the after party on the Saturday night, folks.
Hello, friends. It's now just getting dark. The Chuckwagon races have finished for today. They're going to be continuing tomorrow, and I just thought I would show you the after party. So this is the after party after the Chuckwagons. There's the stadium. It's all finished. Oh, there's the police. There's the empty arena where rodeo was happening today. And then this is the after party. And straight ahead, that gentleman is at Tommy Gunn's outdoor barbershop. In the middle of the party, there's two gentlemen, cowboys there, getting their haircut. Right here at the party. The sun is set. The sky's still got a bit of pink and orange in it. And what a great night for a party.
When the sun has set and there's still light in the sky, that is the literal definition of dusk.
Right, and that didn't happen that did not happen where I moved just 2 months ago from the Okanagan in British Columbia. That's south central, 2 hours north of the American border, 5 hours east of Vancouver. Kelowna is the biggest city there. Moved from there, and there's a lot of mountains and hills there, so the sun goes down behind those, and you don't actually see what we just witnessed, because in Alberta, the Rocky Mountains are in sight. Like, I can see the Rockies from my block. However, they're an hour drive away. So it's flat around here, and the sun literally sinks into the horizon, and it's beautiful to see. And I miss that. And hey, Morgan Luck says nice. And so I just yelling at the wind. This was in High River, and that is a town,
Alberta, Canada.
Yep, that's right. 15,000 people, and it's half an hour south of Calgary. Calgary is famous for cool runnings.
Oh yeah,
no lie.
Cool Runnings was in Calgary. I can be to that very Olympic Park. I can be there in 45 minutes from here.
Wow, that's
With
cool.
John Candy. Yeah.
Any word on the Alberta independence?
It's the side against it is not playing by the rules. They
Of course
have
not.
undisclosed funding. We don't know where all the funding is coming from. They have a massive advertising campaign. It's going to be an uphill battle. I will say that. I give it an underhand chance.
Honestly, I'm hoping.
I don't want right now, since I moved out west, which is 27 years ago, my vote hasn't counted. The polls close and they announce an election winner half an hour after my poll closes.
You and me both.
Before my vote is counted.
I used to live in Maryland. My vote counted once, and that was in the original George Bush after Reagan election. After that, my vote never counted because they used the electoral college of 10 votes goes to whoever the state wins, and the state won Democrat every time for the rest of the entire history of the state that I lived there. Now I've moved away from there, and my vote is counting again. Yay!
That's all I want. I just want my vote to count.
No, I'm not here in California. I'm not a member of a public. I'm not a member of a major union, so my vote doesn't count at all.
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm honestly hoping that if Alberta does gain their independence, that they will at one point say, "Hey, U.S. need another state?"
Oh, they won't become a state if they became independent, but they would form extremely close ties, like very, very, very close ties, 100%. Because I mean, a lot of Alberta was founded by Texans doing a cattle drive north.
What can we just do? I mean, realistically, every state in Canada could be its own country. So what can we do? Just break
big
it down.
enough. Each of them are.
Yeah, really.
I've lived on each.
Alaska could be its own country.
Yeah,
and they are separate. They are separate in culture.
Yeah.
I mean,
What I love about Alberta is you guys have no rats.
Yep.
Only in politics.
No, but seriously, Alberta is the only civilized area on Earth that does not have rats.
Yeah,
and I learned that watching Ratatouille.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I watched that watching. There's a show called Joe Parra Talks to You on Adult Swim.
He wouldn't talk to me.
I'm sure he would, Dutch Gradient. Well, you know what? It'd either be he talked to you or you talk his ear off. So
probably the latter.
Anyway, Ed, he is a teacher at the school, and he just said he was just talking one day about Alberta doesn't have any rats because of this one guy, and they have a rat hotline. It's like you should do a show about write a musical about this, and he does it with the school kids.
Huh.
So,
in Ratatouille they show this Canadian Mountie who in full hockey goalkeeper gear, blocking rats from getting into Canada, and then this giant rat shows up with laser beams for eyes, and he's blocking his head, and finally defeats it, and it's like.
Hey, Jason Love, welcome to you, my friend. Good to see you. TARDIS materialization, he says. No, that's goaltender gear. I just ran into I ran into a goaltender who was printing off my resumes for me.
Is he all right?
No, I would suffer the consequences. He was much larger, plus he had the goaltender gear. But he was saying anytime, if you own goaltender gear, you could play hockey 8 times a week if you wanted to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because everyone's looking for goaltenders. And my work week is officially over. Nice, Parrot Head. I've got a video for Parrot Head. Do you guys want to see? I've got a Chuckwagon race, and this is going to emphasize what I was saying earlier.
Sure. Let's watch it.
This was going to emphasize. Is that the right one? I think it is. Watch the guy. This about a minute, about 40 seconds in. The guy in yellow holding 4 horses back, and they want to run. This is a big country boy. You watch this, folks.
Off the 480 welded system of picking and glass.
They have to. They do a warm up run. All right, just before they win.
I'm looking for a guy in yellow.
Logan's going to Calgary Stampede champion, CPGA champion, and the top gun, just winning the safety award again in Calgary for the second time in 2 years. Logan's outsiders will
teams that arrive,
Tyson Watson. Blaine McGilvray, we feature Blaine and his wife Marina, son Blaine McGilvray,
and then they all start at the home.
Jody Pike is aided by the Willow, and the mini chuck champion.
All right, we're at the High River Chuckwagon races on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's going to start real soon here at the Horn. Then they do 1 lap around and finish right here.
Morty will be on the stove on that 4-barrel for Preston Faithful and Dehaven. Lennox 3-barrel with Jordy Pike and Shawnee. McLean Railings and Lane McGilvray on the 4 barrel. And Air Pacific Specialized Services, all of the Copper's Call, Specialized Transportation and Crane. Logan is on the number 1 GMC barrel. Heat 6, that's the right to the hole.
They just lost the battle. Outright. They call them outriders.
And Shawnee excavating, get out there to get the job done, and we are headed into that second turn on the burn. Is that better than your Here comes that backstretch run. Jordy Pike now has got Shawnee excavating, but in comes Logan Gorst at Inter Pacific Specialized Services. He's opened him up, and the G-Man is flying down that Bungay field to be backstretch run. I'm sure the sweat's pouring off him from that barrel turn. Jordy Pike's hanging in there, but now look at the backfield. The big water bottle from De Havilland is trying to hang on to 3rd spot, and he's in the middle of the track as Lane McGillivray and McLean Railings. Tyke Cadet Railings is moving in alongside us. Preston Faithful and the De Havilland water bottle. Don't get wet, Lane McGillivray. He's not dropping on you. As we settle up for the Hop International home stretch drive. Touchdown in 4th, and he's number 6.
Yeah. There we go. Chuckwagon racing.
There you go.
Jay and Spider-Man, I saw you talking during the video. Couldn't hear a word you said.
They were going all out.
I was just I was just saying whoop whoop. I was excited. They really
No, you were talking during it. I know, but here's the thing, though. The guy that came up and stopped them, the horses are used to being told when to go, when not to go. And when he grabbed their bridles, they were like, okay, we're not supposed to go now. That's all he was doing. There's no way he could have stopped 4 horses from running him over unless they let him.
No, but it took persuasion. I was watching him. He was exerting effort, holding them back.
Oh, sure.
Like a hand on a shoulder type thing.
Yeah, no question. But he knows what he's doing, and they are used to being told what to do, and he knew what to tell them.
That one horse did try to lemon pie. They want to run. Those horses want to run. Cool, says Parrot Head. Hey, Jason loves, says Tommy. So yeah, so that's the Chuckwagon racing. How was I was volunteering selling beer tickets there the whole weekend, starting on Thursday night. I met a lot of cool people, a lot of cool cowboys, a lot of large belt buckles. How was your weekend, Max? Thanks for joining.
Hey. My weekend, I've been catching up on laundry.
Ooh, that's a big belt buckle too. What does that say? I can't quite see it.
200 years ago, Liberty Bell.
Nice.
Yep. This was my father's. He bought it back in 1975 from a place called Indian Springs, and it basically is about the Liberty Bell. You can see the crack in the bell that's infamous about it.
Yep.
And I just don't have a belt that actually fits it.
Is that in Philadelphia?
Yes, sir.
The Liberty Bell, yeah.
Mhm.
I drove past Liberty Bell on the way to Disney World. I never stopped through it.
Yeah, some jerk about 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, tried to destroy it with a sledgehammer. He dented it, but no real damage.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
good.
it's already damaged. I think it's pretty damaged enough. So,
Well, yeah, but still.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
well.
they keel hauled him.
No, I never heard what happened to him.
Actually, do you know what keel hauling is? That's
Yes,
horrible.
I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
Please tell our audience if they don't know.
Go
The
ahead.
keel is the rib of the well, not the rib, but the spine of the boat that goes underwater from the prow all the way to the back of the boat. And if they keel haul you, they basically have set a rope to go across the entire length of the ship, not across, but front to back. They tie your feet to one end of the rope, your hands to the other end of the rope, and then they drag you under the boat like that, across all the barnacles, which, by the way, will scrape your skin raw, all the way back to the other side. And if you somehow manage not to drown, and you somehow manage not to bleed to death,
Thank you.
you will be allowed to live. As you can imagine, it's usually a death sentence.
Yeah, I was watching this video of this English, this British rope factory, and it's this British naval institution. It's like, and these were the conditions of the men, and they were horrible. And then this is where a man would be tied up and whipped. And there was one sailor who was whipped 550 times. He died.
Okay.
I would imagine.
So.
That's
Yep.
Jeez, that's gonna hurt.
Yep.
Well,
That'll leave a mark.
I've got something that's not gonna leave a mark. Here's what I did to prove that I'm not full of poop. That's me.
Liquor tokens and 50-50 sold here. What's 50-50?
A raffle.
Right, it's
The
gambling.
raffle. The raffle. The 50-50 raffle.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
You sell tickets, right? You sell tickets. Say they're $5 each. You sell
They're
tickets.
$5 each.
Say they are, right?
They are.
Say they are, and
They
you
are.
sell tickets, and like 100 people in the audience buy a ticket, so that's $500. And then you do a lottery and you pick a winning ticket, and so someone out of that crowd gets half of
the money.
half of all the money, and the house gets all the other half.
Gotcha. Pretty cool. And if nobody's ticket gets pulled, the house gets all the money.
Well, no, they have to pull someone's ticket.
Yeah, pull someone's ticket.
Otherwise, there's riots, and you do not want to piss off cowboys after you've had a few beers.
Wait, this drawing is being held in New York
Right.
City.
New York City. Get a
Right.
rope.
I mean, you can
Sure.
piss off lawyers, you can piss off insurance guys. You do not piss off cowboys.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah, you know, there was a pretty good joke in the movie Pool House. What was it? Oh crap! I can't even think of the name of the movie we just watched. The pool movie with Christopher Walken and Chaz Palminteri, where Christopher Walken is asking, "So you got 1,000 lawyers buried up to their necks in sand. What do you call that?"
Good start.
Not enough sand.
Ah.
I answered with your answer, Max. I thought that was the answer too, and he said,
sand.
"Not enough sand."
That's awesome. Not enough sand.
Yeah.
That's can I just show you something? So this town that I just moved to, High River, it has an awesome thrift store. And can I show you something that I just scored at the thrift store for $6?
No, you may not. Oh, you're doing it anyway, you jerk.
I sent
Risk
pictures.
Transformers?
Correct.
Oh dear Lord!
I have no idea how to play it, but it was $6. I couldn't say no, and it's like from the early '90s, like from '91. So
I own Risk, a wooden box copy of Risk with wooden pieces inside,
Ooh.
and I own Risk 2010. Those are the only copies of Risk I own.
I'm addicted to Risk. I love it. Good score. Yeah, thank you. Absolutely, Morgan Lock.
It is definitely a good score.
I immediately
I own a bunch of board games, as you can see.
Oh my good. Oh, here, I'm gonna blow you. Can I blow you up? Do you mind?
Yeah,
You do mind?
a whole mess of board games. And these you see here and up here are the bookshelf board games that were made by a company that I'm sure nobody's ever heard of called 3M. That would be the same company that makes Scotch tape.
Ooh.
They used to have a board game arm that they made like 39 different board games, including Acquire, which is one of their most popular games that Hasbro is still making today. And they ended up selling their entire board game arm to a company in Baltimore, Maryland. Hello, I'm from Maryland, so I know this. They
Drove
sold
through there a couple times.
Baltimore or Maryland?
Maryland.
Cool. It doesn't take long. It is the thinnest state in the union.
Yes.
But they sold their board game arm to Avalon Hill in Baltimore with the promise that Avalon Hill would not delete any of the games in the library. And Avalon Hill said, "Of course we won't." And as soon as they got all the games, they deleted like half the games.
Oh, sons of bitches.
And then after they got purchased by so-and-so, got purchased by so-and-so, got purchased by so-and-so, ultimately Hasbro ended up with it because Hasbro's motto is, "Till all are one."
Oh, like the Borg.
Like the Decepticons.
Oh.
The board.
Yeah, that was.
We will adapt your intellectual and technological distinctiveness to suit our own.
No, in Transformers the movie, Megatron was saying, "Till all are one." I can't do his voice very well, but
I know this has been said before, but I would like to be assimilated by 7 of 9.
Yeah.
Tits of 10? Yeah.
You know what? I'll go down to Comic-Con right now, and I'm sure I can find you 20 people.
Heard that before. I'm sorry.
What, you never heard Tits of 10?
That's a new one.
Thank you. I've been saying that since the show came out. I mean, good Lord, I hated that show with a passion. The most interesting character on the entire show was a fucking hologram.
You know what? You're right. The Doctor was interesting on that
Yeah,
show.
he was the only interesting character.
Concur.
Janeway was so stupid. It's like, well, we have to stop at every anomaly we find, and we have to stop at every planet we find. And we have to stop here.
Starfleet explores. That doesn't mean we're That doesn't mean we're trying to get home. It doesn't mean we're not explorers, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what? You're a dumbass. Hey, Captain Janeway, let me show you how an airlock works. No, it's further in. Yeah, right there in the back there. Bye. All right, Chakotay, what do you got?
So these are frontiersmen in leathers, and they've got the rifles and the horses, and they were some of Alberta's very first pioneer sort of armed forces, I guess. Yeah,
cool.
Sort of military. Yeah, like pioneers, I guess. Like you guys called them lamplighters or something? I don't know.
No, we call them pioneers.
Yeah.
Pioneers. There we go.
or
trailblazers.
Or I was thinking about like the Oregon Trail. It's like it's either that or we call them died of dysentery.
Yep, you have died of dysentery.
What's that?
By the way, honestly, I played it recently.
Yeah.
And my strategy when I was a kid still works today. You load up with as many spare parts and bullets as you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
Every time you can stop to hunt, you hunt. By the way, this is about the game Oregon Trail, for those who don't understand what we're talking
Yes.
about. You hunt every chance you get. You end up with more meat than you know what to do with. And every time something breaks, you have the spare parts to fix your wagon.
Absolutely.
You might still die of dysentery because water is a random thing in the game.
Oh, yeah.
But
thank
you can win like this.
A drop of Vulcan blood, a parrot head? Really?
That's a link to Mark Gunn's A Drop of Vulcan Blood. Mark
Damn.
Gunn's A Drop of... That sounds like the name of a book. Let me look it up.
Sort of. Yeah, right? A little bit. Huh. Interesting. What the hell is that?
A
is that
city?
an airplane wing?
Yeah, looks like
Is
it.
that
It's like-
Calgary?
Could be.
That's Calgary. Okay, folks, I'm in an airplane here. I don't know what's going to come up next. Hopefully the bubble bath pictures don't come up, but that's Calgary.
No, it is a sci-fi comedic parody song by Celtic musician Mark Gunn, set to the traditional sea shanty tune, A Drop of Nelson's Blood, also known as Rolled the Old Chariot Along.
Ah.
Interesting. Very
Okay.
interesting.
Thank you. No, I was kidding. Well, hey, anti-derivative Jill, hi. I dropped a link in your chat if you do want to
Jill!
join. Yes, there are bubble bath photos that yeah.
I don't need to see those.
No,
Yeah, well,
so
hey.
far they haven't been shown on the.
Yeah. You know what? I just think you want to show those, but
No, I
hey,
definitely do
that's,
not. Not that Jill's here now. We got all act respectable and shit. But Jill, you know what? I will show you. I don't know. Maybe she wants to see a Chuck. Jill, you type in the chat if you want to see the ending of a Chuckwagon race, because I have the ending here.
May I play the Drop of Vulcan Blood?
Yes, please. Yeah, if you can share it, I'll put it up there.
It's just through my mic.
No, hang on. Priorities. Here's Jill. Jill takes priority because she's
I'll
one of the
I'll do better than typing it in the chat. I'll tell you.
Jill,
here,
welcome
live.
back.
Jill.
I'm so glad to see you again.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yes.
Missed you,
Let's
Jill.
see.
camera on. I'm gonna put you.
I miss you
top.
too, Max.
Aw.
We're about to play a parody song called "A Drop of Vulcan Blood," which is a parody of "A Drop of Nelson's Blood."
Wait, a drop of Vulcan blood? Really?
Yeah, it's a sea shanty called a drop of Nelson's blood, like Nelson, the guy that was the British hero.
Admiral Nelson.
Yeah, Vladimir.
But this is a drop of Vulcan blood. So here we go.
Okay.
Christian Nelson.
Enterprise along and we'll all hang on behind. Some Romulan ale wouldn't do us any harm. Some Romulan ale wouldn't do us any harm. Some Romulan ale might do me some harm. And we'll all hang on behind. Roll the old Enterprise along, we'll roll the old Enterprise along, we'll roll the old Enterprise along and we'll all hang on behind. An order from Kirk wouldn't do us any harm. An order from Kirk wouldn't do us any harm. An order from Kirk wouldn't do us any harm as long as I'm not wearing a red shirt.
Ha.
As long as I'm not a red shirt.
Hilarious.
Oh, good. That wasn't too long. I was afraid it was going to go too long.
No. I wouldn't do that to you, Jill.
Oh, what a
I found a nice 40-second clip. So
No, that's fantastic. No,
Perfect.
that's fun.
No, but the Chuckwagon race. I do want to see that.
Yeah.
Show the Chuck.
you
Show
haven't
us
seen
more
it yet?
Chuckwagon.
Oh, you're gonna show it again then.
More Chuckwagon.
Well, we might
More
as well.
Chuckwagon.
Understand, Joe, what you're going to see here are guys on horses chasing the Chuckwagons. They are not allowed to pass the Chuckwagons, but they have to finish within a certain few seconds of the Chuckwagons.
What I really want to know is why you thought I was going to get killed.
There's the horn, and we're off. A great charge underway as we pass Starfleet to that refrigerated. Here they go.
Oh, they knocked over the barrel. 5-second penalty. And then we're rated the finish line. They're going to come around the whole track.
Yeah, they only get one lap to win.
Along that rail,
One lap.
second turn is chased
All or nothing.
by Aubrey Malavillo and the Crawford Insurance.
Yeah, the funny thing is, this race, I saw the dark blue guys Their horses seemed so keyed up for it. I knew they were going to win, and they do win.
He's closing in now on the stone rack of Troy Dorchester. But up on the front end, it's the speedy Evan McGee.
Some people from Texas were there, Joe.
Maintaining his speed, opens that gap up to
That makes sense.
Here we are in High River at the
Except it's in
Chuckwagon
Alberta,
races.
Canada.
They're just about to come around the finish.
Watch Cody Ridsdale in that fourth quarter sneak inside of Troy Dorchester to be a contender around the bender. It's the Hub International home stretch drive, and it's your turn to come
Well, this wasn't the race I was thinking of. Yeah, there was a dark blue Chuck in the next race we showed.
Number 7 is in the books. Thanks to our friends.
Pretty exciting.
Pacific Specialized.
It was exciting.
Yeah, that's a proper rodeo. Well done, Canada.
Oh yeah.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
there was the second race you showed that had the dark blue one, and they were the ones that won. And wow, their horses were so keyed up. I was like, they're gonna win.
It was exciting, I tell you what. And the beautiful thing is, the rodeo grounds are so big. There's so much space that all the contestants there, all the people that were actually taking part in the rodeo, there's huge open spaces where they're just camping, and they pull up their own campers and they can just park. And there's huge spaces for all the horses. There's like a social corral for all the horses to go and like hang out together. It's true. Yeah, they have everything. And they turned a car wash because it was hot today, and the horses they turned it into like a misting station for horses to walk through. It was
Awesome.
cool. Yeah, no, it was awesome. The horses are very loved. I will tell you that. They're very respected here.
How many of you folks have given blood recently?
I
Like in the
believe
last 10, 12 years, 20 years?
No, it's full of contaminants. There's too much alcohol.
Yeah, within
There's-
the past few years, I definitely have. Yep.
There's a type of bandage that's put on your arm when they've taken blood. It's entirely cloth.
You get to pick the color.
It's entirely cloth, and it sticks to itself. What I know about this, thanks to my dear departed mother, is that this exact type of bandage was created by veterinarians for horses because it does not stick to hair. Yep. And that is why they use that on human arms as well, because so many human arms, like mine, are very hairy.
Right. That makes sense.
I've never had a problem with my arm hair and the bandage from giving blood, so I
Yep.
can't.
But
can't
you
refute
can
what you
but
say.
you can probably understand how it could be a problem for folks like me
For some guys. Some
Yeah.
guys.
who carry around our own fur coats with us wherever we go. Now, I have to admit, I've never been self-conscious since the day my girlfriend and I were walking up the Chesapeake, the C&O Canal. We were walking up the C&O Canal towpath, and we saw a guy ahead of us. This was in like full summer. There was a guy wearing a black sweater in the heat of summer. We're like, the heck is he doing? And as we got closer to him, we realized he wasn't even wearing a shirt.
That's
I have
Wow.
never been self-conscious about my body hair ever since.
yeah.
You
On that
met
note-
Robin Williams?
Oh, Robin Williams had nothing on this guy. This guy was a full-on werewolf.
Here we go. See that? This is from above. Here, let's start that again. Let's start that again so everyone can see that I'm in the stands now. And here we go. Some of them are like drifting sideways.
All right, we are here at High River watching the Chuckwagon races. They just started.
This is a different race than we just watched.
Different race.
Yeah. No, I can tell because the Chuckwagon is in light blue.
He opens up that lead to a wagon length over Cruzman's
This is the track they run. All on the
company coming. It's Big Mitch Sutherland, Canyon Rigging closing ground on Cruz's left elbow.
By the way, Max, I love your current avatar.
I thought you would. I thought you appreciate it.
As they round the turn on a burn and Jody Fike in line picking, setting him up for the Hub International home stretch drive.
Here they come. They come to the finish. That was exciting. There we go. Heat 5 at the High River Chuckwagon races.
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, can you make Max Redstone's image the center?
Make me large. Yep. There we go.
This used to be an ad on television, for those of you too young to understand, where a dog would be waiting for his food, and all of a sudden, this little Purina red and white checkered wagon would come riding out, the Chuckwagon.
The Chuckwagon.
With the dog food for the dog.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I do remember that.
I have always known Chuckwagon as a brand of dog food.
So to those who may not be familiar with the cowboy ways, anti-derivative Jill, if you're there, what is a Chuck wagon? What does Chuck refer to? Is it a guy named Chuck?
Jill?
I think it's the roving. It's the very first form of the food cart.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it a food truck?
Yes, absolutely. Chuck
Yep.
means chow.
Yeah.
Food.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's the food
Sorry, I
wagon.
am attending to something else, but
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
Max got it. It's okay. It's okay. I got it. I got to step away for a bit.
That's
Hey.
okay.
Could be worse. At least you're not changing diapers, Jill.
Why would that be worse?
That's true. That's true. I am dealing with children, but they do not poop their pants.
Right? Yes.
Anymore.
It's only adults now.
Yeah. Well, no, they're children still.
Right. Right. Anymore. Yeah.
No, the truck wagon is the food wagon. Yeah, where all
Yep.
the kitchen wagon basically in a wagon train. If you're going west, you need your supply wagon, you need your food wagon, you know, of course. So yeah, the truck wagon races. So at the start of the race, there is actually a bucket. If you watch carefully, the outriders have to pick up a bucket of apparently food and stuff and throw it in the wagon at the start of the race, and if they don't do that, they get a penalty. So they do have to load the wagon before they actually go. So that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
I saw that in person. Yeah, it's very hard to see, but they do have to do that. It's one of the rules. There's a lot of very particular rules. Speaking of rules, hello, Jason Love. Max, do you mind reading what Jason Love has to say?
Well, you go to Mr. Wishbone and ask for some grub.
Mm-hmm. Is that from a movie?
Don't know.
I don't know either.
Yes, there was a gravy train dog food with a similar commercial. There really was.
Yeah.
Right, Dutch Gradient. I think I remember that as well. Yep, Chuckwagon Gravy is here. Yes, exactly. Yeah. TV show, says Jason Love. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I don't know. That would be a demanding job to be in charge of feeding these cowboys. Holy shit. You better have some good food, and there better be a lot of it, because these are hard.
Now
the
term Chuckwagon is ostensibly, not certainly, attributed to Charles Goodnight, a Texas rancher known as the father of the Texas Panhandle, who introduced the concept of the Chuckwagon in 1866. After the American Civil War, the beef market in Texas expanded. Some cattlemen herded cattle in parts of the country that did not have railroads, requiring them to be fed on the road for months at a time. Goodnight modified a Studebaker manufactured covered wagon, a durable Civil War Army surplus wagon, to suit the needs of cowboys driving cattle from Texas to sell in New Mexico or in Alberta. It doesn't say in Alberta, but I'm like, guess what? It would have also gone there. He added chuck box to the back of the wagon with drawers and shelves for storage space and a hinged lid to provide a flat working surface. A water barrel was also attached to the wagon, and canvas was hung underneath to carry firewood. A wagon box was used to store cooking supplies and at the end the cowboys' personal items.
Okay.
So they had baked beans, salted meats, coffee, sourdough biscuits, stuff that was easy to preserve.
Yep.
And then they would
Hello,
also gather more
Padawan.
food en route.
Hi, the Padawan. He says, so did he make the first food truck? Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Right? You're not wrong. And when Jill comes back, I've got another awesome video to show. But yeah, you're right. The Padawan. I mean, I guess so, right? Yeah. It was funny. Actually, there was about a dozen food trucks tonight at the event. At the Chuckwagon races, out in the parking lot, there were about a dozen food trucks. Well, not in the parking lot, behind the grandstands. There was about a dozen. So it was funny to have food trucks at the Chuckwagon races now that you make me think of that.
The American Chuckwagon Association was formed in 1997 to, quote, preserve the heritage of the Chuckwagon, unquote, including educating the public and promoting Chuckwagon activities. They document Chuckwagon heritage, including equipment, food, cooking styles, campsites, and clothing, and keep a registry of wagons. Its members participate in Chuckwagon cook-off competitions throughout the U.S., where teams are judged on their cooking as well as the authenticity of their vehicle.
Makes sense.
Yep.
You give them license plates?
Oh no, they're really. And I was looking at the undercarriage of these wagons. They do not have suspension that I could see.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Like they are
At
hard
most-
mounted.
At most, they would be leaf springs.
I was looking for them on the ones I looked at. They
Really?
didn't even have those.
Not
They
even
were
leaf springs.
Not even leaf springs. They were bolted to the frame.
Straight wood.
Straight. Well, now that you mention it, it was very straight wood. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
That seems almost impossible because a leaf spring is one of the most simple forms of suspension, and it's been in vehicles since the very first automobile was made.
Yeah.
Well, those
I don't know
automobiles.
what
Since the
to say.
How would it not have been part of wagons?
These are, these are simple people of the land. You know,
Yeah, right.
morons.
Ooh.
What is that
Here-
from? I can't remember.
Blazing Saddles.
I knew it was Mel Brooks. Dang it.
Here's a good. Okay, I've got a good video here, folks. It's a little long, but I think it's interesting. It's got a few surprises in it. Jill, if you're here, you might want to enjoy this.
I am. I'm
Yeah,
listening and
good.
I am watching.
Awesome. This has got a couple of Ooh, what do they call it? Who's that director that does a surprise twist at the end?
M.
Night Shyamalan?
Shyamalan.
That's the one. Yeah, it's like he directed this Chuckwagon race.
Okay, friends, here's Chuckwagon races.
I think we're going to regroup.
Oh,
Let me tell you a little story about
that was a false start. That was a false start. No, we've got to start again and regroup. We're here at High River, at the High River Rodeo, just south of Calgary. And if you see smoke in the air, yeah, we got smoke blowing in from BC. Yeah, it's pretty smoky today. Just came today. But yeah, this is a pretty big event. There's some national Chuckwagon racers in here. These guys are the real deal.
You want it to be hard to stop, hard to hold. You don't want to swab them off that bit. That makes them undrivable. It's like taking the steering shaft off your car. But when they put in the barrels and stop, that's where the creatures of habit thing comes into. And when I say quiet on the set, please respect the safety of these beautiful thoroughbred horses.
Yes.
Nobody knows that better than the legend sitting down.
Yes, yelling into the wind, he did.
Welcome back from your big tour, buddy.
Pretty full tonight. We have a full house here.
Horses, and most of us have drove by on the field. Great to have you here. Kurt Denzel, his son, Buddy won this show in 1985 and went on to be a legend. His son Kurt, grandson Cruz, all great wagon men because of that guy's talent.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things for sale, and there's food trucks, and the beer tent's down there. I was volunteering in the beer tent earlier, and that's how I got into here. These are very expensive tickets, but because I'm volunteering, I get to sit here.
Awesome.
All right, so they're ready to go.
That horn is the start.
Ooh, one of those guys in yellow had trouble getting on his horse. He's the one who's way in the back. Catching up now, though. He's not the one in the back.
He's headed for that Bungie field of feet. Backstretch run, but the lightning and thunder are rolling and burning up his left elbow as Kurt Denzel says, hello, lightning loop. The challenge is on as versatile energy.
So they do one lap. They do one lap, and then it finishes right back here in the stadium. So they're halfway done.
You see, wheel to wheel, they'll bang a little steel in the turn as the smoke dance begins, and now lightning lift opens them up with that inside wheel.
They're going faster than the cars in the background. If you notice that, those cars are going 50 kilometers an hour. 35 miles an hour.
But you know who's gonna win? Little bomb.
This is how we do Chuckwagons in Canada, Jill.
There you go. Huzzah.
Woohoo! Good race, gentlemen. Good race. That was heat number 6. There's a whole bunch of heats. Yeah, well done, gents.
So I just
Very
read up
nice.
on it, and it turns out that all the covered wagons back in the early 19th century to mid-19th century were rigid frames built completely out of wood and metal with no shock absorbers.
Nope.
The lack of springs made travel harsh,
Yes.
which meant that pioneers mostly walked alongside the wagons instead of riding inside them.
I wouldn't blame them.
Because the wagons were not designed for passenger comfort. They were designed to handle heavy loads of supplies.
Yeah. I
Hi,
see.
Rod Thunderheart.
Hey, Rod.
How you doing, guys?
Rod!
We were just watching
Hi.
Chuckwagon. I thought maybe you'd come down now that you're, you don't have to work every hour of the day. I thought you might come down and watch the Chuckwagons, buddy.
I just might. I'll let you know. I've got a pipe ceremony that I put up again this weekend because
Nice.
last week my brother was in a terrible accident.
No.
Oh, no.
Well, not my native brothers. My brother Rob.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
He was I'll probably send you the crash, but or the crash scene. But yeah, his
okay?
truck was totaled. He's in the hospital, and I've been debating going to see him, and I decided, okay, I'll go see him. I'll go see him tomorrow, because when I phoned to ask for Robert Forsberg, the clerk or whatever, the orderly, she said they said that
Receptionist.
he said he doesn't have a brother.
Oh.
And like, the funny thing is that's just one of the snarky things I can just totally expect him to say, But then my sister called me a couple days later in a panic, and like, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, well, I mean, I told my other sister, and I figured they'd learn, they'd tell you. And to be and honestly, I'm just going to admit it that I'm really not in good terms with this sister. She's handicapped, and she's got that chip on her shoulder that many handicapped people have. You know, where they're like, "Why did God do this to me?" And you know, and like, yeah, you know. So like, anyway.
Wow.
I'm going.
Well, I hope you don't have too much drama, Rod. Jeez, I hate drama like that, man.
Oh,
Yeah, wow.
That's not even the start of it. Because as the POA, my sister owes.
You're right.
Owes me probably almost 300 grand now.
Whoa.
From my. Oh, great! I'm admitting this. On my on my inheritance, you know.
You know.
So.
Wow.
And the well, see, the other thing is that they gave us okay. I'm going to say they gave us a certain number, and then they held on to a couple hundred grand for capital gains taxes.
Of course, yes, that's right.
You know, yeah, but however, I've looked into it, and the thing of it is that if a farm is sold in lieu of parents' deaths, capital gains doesn't apply. Or I guess I should say, capital gains. I mean, if the farm is still like contributing to society, it's exempt from capital gains, and it was. I mean, because first of all, the neighbors, we were leasing the land to the neighbors anyway, and then ultimately the neighbors were the ones who bought the farm. This
is why I will never, no matter what, I will never do family law. It's the one field of law that always profits on human suffering.
Too much drama, indeed. Dutch Gradient, if you're able to, do you mind reading this from our good friend Sashi, coming all the way from Malaysia over here?
Oh, nice. Yeah, hey, Sashi. Yeah.
No? Okay.
Is Dutch Gradient?
Wait, me or who?
Dutch
no,
Gradient.
I was hoping Dutch Gradient could.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry about that. I think leaf springs came about in Europe on carriages for the rich around 1750 or so. I think
that about sounds right.
Okay. Okay. I didn't realize they were that as early as 1750. Wow.
I learned something today.
Same.
By the way, Spidey, if you look carefully at my picture, at my picture, my hair is growing back.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, I thought you were going to say there was a cheetah behind you.
No.
So,
no, I've been using some hair medicine that I've gotten from pipe ceremonies.
No kidding. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and how many? I mean, how many is this now? You've like 5 now that you've been involved?
Probably, yeah, at least. And I mean, I put up a pipe ceremony for my brother, and I'd like to see what the Muslims have to say about him. But
Rod, when you say pipe ceremony, what is that, like a bagpipe?
No, that's an indigenous pipe ceremony.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Pipe healing ceremony.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Although they might appreciate some bagpipes. The natives like bagpipes, I think, don't they?
How accurate was the pipe ceremony in Peter Pan?
Not even close.
I didn't think so.
Not even
I didn't think it was accurate.
No. No. It's no. There. I mean, like, there's women sit on one side, men sit on the other side. We have a feast, and during the feast, you actually take take a cup, a cup or a small bowl, and then you basically take a piece of all the all the food that you've been eating, and well, first first you do that, but then and then you actually don't eat until the elder says, okay, you can eat, and and then he has he has a pipe, and then he passes it around, and then get this. Well, okay. First of all, after the feast, everybody is given a bathroom break because it's going to be a few hours now. A few hours, and what happens is they they lock, they close, and then they put what do you call it? They put they staple they staple over the door, and or man, I'm brain farting on what the stuff is, but it's a not a sheet, a sheet of canvas, and then they staple over the door, and then what happens is they tie up the elder, and then they tie up the elder and they put him in and then wrap him up in burlap, and then and by the way, this happens in the 100% darkness. And then what actually happens is his spirit leaves the body, leaves his body, and then other Muslims are dead elders who have, passed on. Well, elders who have passed on. And
Rod is not saying Muslims, not Muslims, Muslims.
Muslims. MOSUM. Muslim. Yes, thank you. Good, good point there. And
there's no Muslims in the ceremony, as far as I know.
No, none. No, I mean
They are
maybe.
tied up.
Yeah, they're tied. They're tied up, and then the whole reason for that, by the way, is that if his spirit, if one of the Muslims, possess him and everything like that, it it prevents him from getting up and walking back, and walking back to society. But anyway, they and then they call and they give us advice and wisdom and things that they've seen, or in my case, I'm pretty sure they're going to have words. Want words with me. And because I paid for the pipe ceremony, and and then they're gonna tell me how he's doing and how he's going to do, and they always have. And the interesting thing is they always have really, really good advice. For example, back in the spring when there was still snow, they said that this is going to be one of the hottest summers ever, and I'm sure we can all agree with that, especially with the wildfires.
Yeah, it's been really hot. Also, I went to Florida for vacation. It was sweltering, but also, hello,
Nice.
DJ Play Nice.
Hi,
Hey.
DJ Play Nice. Hello, and
DJ
welcome.
Plymouth. Good to
Hey,
see
what's
you.
shaking everybody?
Yeah, DJ, Rod was just telling us about one of the few now pipe ceremonies that he's involved in.
Yeah, and the whole and the whole reason I was doing it was, especially for well wishes for my brother who's in the hospital, and he might have brain damage. They said.
I am so sorry for your brother, but the one thing I will say here is we are not experiencing one of the hottest summers ever if you actually look back more than 20 years. You look back 100 years, there were far hotter summers in the 30s than we're having today. And there were hotter summers in the 50s. There were hotter summers in the 70s.
Maybe these are more humid.
That's entirely dependent on where you live.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, John. That's I would say that is
DJ,
accurate.
did you see any of the Chuckwagon races that we were showing earlier, DJ?
Not tonight. I haven't yet.
Well, okay. Brother, actually, to those of you who don't know, DJ sometimes on my phone leaves me cheery, encouraging voice messages. And dude, I appreciate that more than you know. So thank you. And
How
I've
the heck
landed.
do I get those?
I know,
That's not
right?
fair.
If just text DJ Play Nice and he will leave you morning, daily, encouraging voicemails.
But
I don't know about on the daily, man, but you're quite welcome, and I'm glad to be able to keep in touch with you. But I want you to know that it's a reciprocation of your hosting forums like these and giving us a chance to communicate. I'm sorry to hear about Rod's misfortune or somebody's successes and joys. So it's just to keep it going. You can't be online 24 hours a day, Spidey.
No.
Although honestly, looking at the message under DJ Play Nice's name, I'm worried that if he were to message me, I'll be getting "This is the play song that never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. Somebody started singing it. No, not again. No, please stop."
By the way,
Hey, by the way,
go
DJ
ahead.
Play Nice, it is wonderful to hear your voice. I've seen you in chats so many times. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir.
A pleasure to meet you as well, Dutch.
My
Actually,
God,
I'd
you
like
have a
to point
voice
out
for
that
radio.
Yeah, he does.
Well, and
I'd
that's
like to point
because he is a DJ.
Yeah,
For real.
I'd like to point out that. Oh, he is. Wow. Okay. I'd like to point out that they said one of the hottest summers ever. By the way.
Yeah, fair enough. Parrothead 78 says the earliest known leaf springs began appearing on carriages in France in the mid 17th century in the form of the two-part elbow spring. Good to know. And the thing is, they easily could have put them on the Conestoga wagons, but it would have been more of an expense. And that wasn't what they were for. They weren't for passenger comfort. They were for cargo.
Right. But your eggs would have been scrambled by the time you reached the frontier.
And?
I guess.
So, by the way, real quick, I'm sorry, I just want to say,
two-part elbow spring. What's a two-part elbow spring?
I'm sorry, I don't know your name. The man in the middle on the bottom. With
Rob Thunderheart.
Rob Thunderheart.
The only man I know to ever do a full split on the internet in front of me.
Rod, your
Cardinal Sin channel.
When we're all minimized, not like now, but when he had a chat up earlier, the glasses on your head make you look like you are a Jaffa.
A what?
Jaffa, Jaffa.
From Stargate.
One of the servants of the Goa'uld in Stargate, who always have these little black insignia of their gods, quote unquote, lower G, and with the tan background behind you and your size, it's just. You look so much like a Jaffa. It is incredible. And if you have not watched Stargate SG-1, I would strongly recommend watch it from episode 1 all the way to the end of season 8 and then stop there.
Okay.
Then maybe watch Atlantis, which was not bad.
Sure.
I don't know. I like episode 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, I'm so happy. Thank you, Max Redstone. Thank you, Anti-Derivative Jill. And thank you, Dutch Gradient, Rod Thunderheart as well. I appreciate all of you. And DJ Play Nice. This is pretty much an all-star panel. I'm sorry we're maxed out. If anyone else, the critical drinker, I'm sorry if you want to join my panel.
I will bow out for Will.
No, he's going to have to wait his line.
If Will wants in, I am out. Will is my god. He will take my place.
Your god? That's a little extreme. I think he's cute.
It's a little extreme.
I'm someone who's physically attracted to Will, but I do not think he is a god.
No, he's not my god. But he honestly is the reason I have a YouTube channel.
Oh, holy shit. Okay. 17th century coach spring in Lisbon. I've been to Lisbon. In the Carriage Museum in Lisbon. You know what? I think I've actually been to this museum, Parrothead just sent me something on Twitter. and
Oh,
that is an amazing picture
In
of-
Lisbon,
in Lisbon,
Australia.
I'm not. I've been all over Australia, and I haven't encountered a Lisbon in Australia yet.
Simmer. Dutch
Isn't
Gradient.
that in
You're
Spain?
really excited.
No,
Sorry?
in Lisbon, in Portugal. So
It's close.
it was just showing. There's a lot of engineering in carriage springs and chuckwagons, I guess.
Mm.
Eminem, thank you for joining. Jill, would you mind reading what she has to say for us?
Nim says, it's not the heat, it's lack of rain. My Victoria plum tree is struggling to grow its fruit properly.
That's
Although-
unfortunate.
I do think that Nim is male.
Oh yes, perhaps. Oh shit! Oh, I said she. Oh well, you can identify however you want. You can identify as a cat if you wish.
He never actually confirms one way or the other, but it just
Doesn't have to.
It feels. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have to, but it just. I can feel it.
Honestly, the where I live in Tennessee, and I've been waiting for just 2 straight days of excuse me, 2 straight days of dry weather so I can mow my lawn without the grass clumping terribly, and it hasn't happened since June.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been raining every day from around 4 o'clock in the evening till about 6 or 7 in the evening. And the funny thing is, I only moved here 2 years ago, and the first 2 summers were as dry as a bone. Now it's just wet as can be. Of course, everything's green, but dang, my grass is too long.
Oh, can you have grass too long?
Oh yes, my HOA is like, you need to cut your lawn.
Well, you can send them little envelopes of white powder with threatening messages.
Not legally.
That's my
I can't.
legal advice. That's my legal advice.
No.
Yeah, that's why I will not buy a house that has an HOA, and so far I've succeeded.
Honestly, the last
I was
house.
kidding about that comment.
Of
Honestly,
course.
the last house I owned back in Maryland, I swear, the HOA charged us $50.
I mean, Nim is
Wait,
either
wait,
a man
let me-
or a lesbian. That's all I have to say.
The HOA charged us $50 a year, and they were hands off. They couldn't have cared less what we did with our place. It was the best HOA you could
That's
ever
what you want,
hope
right?
for.
Oh,
That's what
yes.
you want.
Now I'm in one that costs $109 every month, and they are all up in our faces about anything and everything we do. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I never got anything from my HOA. I did get a note to take care of the lawn in front, but everybody does. Or rather, everybody did. So,
Yeah, I mean, most of the lawns around here are taken very, very good care of, but that's because the people around here are paying people to come in and mow their lawns, and it's costing like $50 every time they come in to cut. Now, I'm having to do that now because my self-propelled electric mower can't handle the grass being as tall as it is now. They're gigantic.
Is it wireless? Is it a wireless one?
Oh God, no! I wish. No, I have to follow behind it, but it is self-propelled, so my asthma is not terribly affected by it. I can affect the speed of it. I can affect everything about it. I can tell it how fast to go, how slow to go, but it doesn't handle grass that's this tall. These guys who come in to mow it every week, they're massive gasoline-powered monsters, can do it, but they're also leaving grass clippings everywhere. And I'm like, okay, guys, if I'm going to pay you $50 a week, you are going to clear these grass clippings.
Yeah.
Is saying the apple tree is handling the dry weather, but the plum tree can't handle it. But of course, they're in the UK, so they have a hosepipe ban. Son of a biscuit eater.
And today I learned that a water hose in the UK is called a horse pipe.
Yo,
A what?
A hose
hose
pipe.
pipe.
A hose.
Hose pipe.
A hose pipe.
Oh.
Like we do call it like drinking water from a hose, but like
Yeah, we just call it a hose here.
Yeah.
a
Well,
water
hose are
yeah.
something different in Alberta.
Yeah, UK calls it a hose pipe. America
we
calls
have
it
that
a
too.
hose.
Why would they? So the English might like to make the words longer for some reason, as opposed to the
And
Australians,
shorter,
which
and
shorten
shorter
it.
sometimes. They make them longer sometimes, shorter sometimes. They
Hose
just
pipe.
like doing things odd for English. You know, the Americans know how to speak English. The English just don't get it. Teasing.
Yeah, that's yeah. That's I had the pleasure. One of the lady running the agricultural show here in High River was originally from England. So, believe it or not, even in Alberta, we get a lot of international people in British Columbia. I expected that, but I didn't realize that Alberta, Rod, is actually fairly international. You're up now. You're north of me about 3 hours. I heard you had some severe winds and tornado and some damage.
Yes. As a matter of fact,
Oh
in
dear.
fact, one of the bridges, one of the bridges under or on White Mud Drive was holy crap! It was flooding, like flooding out from the sewers.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
You mean sewers or do you mean storm drains?
or storm drains. What am I saying?
Thank God. Thank God. Okay.
Okay, yeah. There's a difference.
Because I live in a major city right now where when there's too much rain, the literal sewers
Oh,
will overflow,
oh.
and suddenly the entire city smells like
Yep. Jason Love has it. That's what she says.
yeah.
Did you know they did that in England?
Did
As
what?
in, they literally just dump their sewage into the rivers.
That's not the problem here in this city. This city.
Oh no, I believe it. Yeah.
The sewage system is so old and has been ignored for so long that it's just impossible to keep it from overflowing when rain gets into it. I'm sitting there going, oh my dear Lord, why? And Nim does correct me. He said, we
Yep.
did make the language. It separates it from fuel hose, etc.
That's a good point. That's valid. That is fucking valid. Yep.
If only he could have spelled separates properly. You call yourself a Brit. My
know what?
God,
Now-
man.
Now, hang on. There's a caveat. here. I have often told my chat, because in the haste of typing, I often misspell. Don't take the time to correct yourself, because we have a chat that is
very
intelligent
well.
enough to understand what you meant. So don't worry. It's not a resume. Just type what you, and we'll figure it out. But I've always
Yes. Accept the Canadians' excuses for your own failings. My God.
I remember I remember the first time I was in New Orleans. It was summer, and since it's below sea level, anytime it rains for more than a minute, it starts everything starts flooding, and it rains like every day. No, this was in 2007.
Okay, that was a different.
still
Yeah,
in
after
August.
Katrina, things got a little more civil.
Yeah, a little.
That's life at sea level, man. For sure.
No, below sea
Below
level.
sea level. Like the city's literally in a bowl.
Like
Did you go
most
see the crocodiles? That was the only thing I actually wanted to go do, but I didn't go. I didn't run to
alligators. We don't have crocodiles in the U.S. We have alligators.
Alligators is what I meant.
The Aussies have
That's cool.
crocs.
Yeah. Well, so do South Americans and Africans.
But I guess the answer is no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You wouldn't know. Only Max would know. I was asking if he saw any.
Nope, not yet. I saw a whole
There were
lot of
alligators
bugs.
in apparently where I stayed in Florida. There were alligators. in the
Oh
lake
yeah.
where
No,
I stayed.
I mean, I remember the one time I did go to Florida. I was in Orlando, and we stayed in this cheap hotel. And anyway, there's like a pond, like a big old pond, and it said, "Don't like beware of gators." I'm like, what the hell? Because I'm looking at a kid. I'm like, oh, from Chicago. I'm like, gators? So that's Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is Florida. And I stayed at a hotel where we could rent a boat to go fishing. But then they were like, if you see gators, just don't approach them.
Yeah.
Go away from them. It's like, okay, you see a bear, go away from them. It's the same thing.
This last Saturday night on Patrol Live, there was a 1930s Model T went into the water. One of the guys who got out of the water walked to the shore because the water was shallow enough to walk to the shore. He was like, "Oh no, I left my wallet in the car," and the doors are wide open. And he's concerned that if they wait for the towing vehicle to drag the car out of the water, the flow of water will wash his wallet out of the car and he'll never find his wallet again. So he's like, "Hey guys, I'm just going to go walk back into my car and get my wallet." And they're like, no, you won't. And he's like, what the hell do you mean? No, I won't. And they're like, do you not see what's out there in the water? And the camera zooms in on it. There's an alligator in the water. It's like, yeah, you're not going back in the water.
Okay. I looked it up. I'm not stupid. There are American crocodiles that exist in Florida. So
really?
Yes.
Wow. Thank you, Jill. I did not know that.
You are correct.
Smart people can't be wrong, Jill. Right?
I've been wrong 3 times now.
Smart people.
So on the fly, quick trivia question. The following line comes from what 80s movie? Alligators in the sewers.
Warriors?
No.
Nope.
It was said around a kitchen table. 3 siblings and a mother. One of the male siblings' name is Elliot.
E.T.?
Yes, Drew Barrymore says that line. When you were talking about alligators and sewers so interconnectedly, that popped into my head. I'm not sure why, but alligators in the sewers.
When I went to the University of Maryland, because I lived in Maryland most of my life, there was a webcomic being done by the university newspaper that had it was focused on one of the dormitories on the campus, and there was a character that was an alligator. I got to interview the guy who did the comic, and I asked him how many of the characters were real, like based on real people, and he said all of them. And I said, including Sarge, and he said especially Sarge. Sarge was the alligator because an idiot had brought in an alligator, and he was told, if you feed it this diet, you may keep your alligator, because that diet would keep the alligator healthy, strong, but not let it grow. He did not feed the alligator that, and it got too big and it attacked somebody. Oopsie.
Yeah, there's so many predatory species in Florida, like the Burmese python, the iguana. They were like someone's pets, and they like
both of those invasive species.
Yep. And there's like, okay, we got to get let's flush them or get rid of them, and then great, now they're part of the ecosystem.
Yelling into the Wind says, the sewer and storm drains are connected. They overflow
saw that.
either direction when required. Never eat raw shellfish from the mouth of rivers. The majority of cities I have lived in, the storm drains are completely separate from the sewer lines that go to the water treatment centers.
I do think you're right. Yeah, I mean, I think Edmonton is separate from that. I mean, because it does have a couple. It does have a river going through it. Actually,
I can't say it's true for everywhere in the country, but the two areas I have lived in, they are separate.
Well, Chicago, and Chicago has its own little deep tunnel project, sort of like Tokyo, but.
Sorry, Max. I'm sorry. I lived in Tokyo and I didn't catch what you just said. Could you please repeat that?
Chicago has something called the Deep Tunnel Project. It's kind of like Tokyo, because Tokyo has these massive underground vaults under the city that are meant to collect water and prevent flooding. So if they're just inundated with a huge amount of rain, they're able to take the water into these vaults, hold it, and then expel it back out into the system when at a short time later.
No,
but
kidding.
Chicago's been Chicago's on the Des Plaines River Valley, which is it is about 15 miles, I'd say, off of Lake Michigan, and it's basically a floodplain, and it comes all the way down from Wisconsin, and there will be times when there's just so much damn rain that it will overflow. So what Chicago and Cook County did was they did the Deep Tunnel Project, and they dug just a whole bunch of deep 40, 50 foot wide tunnels underneath the city. And then there's reservoirs and aqueducts, and essentially it's meant to for the times when the amount of rain at any one moment or any one day is just deluging the Chicagoland area.
Good use of the word deluge.
Thank you.
Of course.
Max, no one can never accuse Max of being a dim-witted man.
Oh, Max, you dim-witted. Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Never.
Chicago is also home to the largest water reclamation filtration plant in the world, the Jardine Water Reclamation Center.
No lie.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have been much more someplace like, someplace in Florida or Louisiana or.
No, I think they're much more decentralized, but Chicago's is right by Lake Point Tower, where Oprah has a place, and by Navy.
I got to visit Chicago once. I met a buddy for lunch.
Mm-hmm.
He took me to the place for a Chicago hot dog. Good Lord, is that awesome?
Do you remember the name?
I don't. It was basically like the place in Chicago for a Chicago hot dog.
South side or north side or south side?
He doesn't remember the place.
Yes.
I don't think you're going to drag it out of him, which neighborhood it was
I
in.
don't know.
As long as you're hitting a joint that's serving Vienna beef in
DJ
their
Play
sleeves.
Nice, we all have our own interrogation methods. I am from Chicago. This is how I interrogate.
I ended up going back and forth across the bridge near 77 Wacker Drive.
Uh-huh.
So if you know where that is,
yes.
It wasn't far from there.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But I'll tell you, between the pickle wedge, the tomatoes, the onions, the peppers, it was like somebody took
Portillo's, maybe.
It was like a bazooka aimed it at a vegetable stand, blasted it, then scooped the remains, slapped it onto a hot dog with ketchup and mustard. No, not ketchup, mustard and cheese, and boom, there you go. Good Lord, it was amazing.
There's the Chicago style. There's a place out by O'Hare Airport, on the way to O'Hare Airport. It's called Superdog. It's literally a 50s style drive-through, and That's always been my favorite. So anytime I flew into O'Hare, I would stop there on the way in and the way out.
Yeah, this wasn't near the airport, but
yeah,
it was.
And there's so many there are so many places in Chicago that are faithful and correct to the Chicago style. That it's like
yeah.
And
the description that I used there about firing a bazooka at a vegetable stand, that comes straight out of Brandon Sanderson's Reckoners saga, which is a young adult series that I really enjoyed the heck out of, and it's 100% accurate.
On a related note, Spidey, you ever been to Johnny Rockets?
I have been inside. I have not spent any time inside one. No.
Is it at all like in
isn't there one in the
Pulp
Vancouver
Fiction?
airport? There's one in the Vancouver airport in the international departures section, isn't
Oh,
is it like in Pulp Fiction?
there? There used to be.
no. Johnny Rockets. It's a 50s style drive-in. So yeah, of course. And then it's Johnny
Drive-ins are fun.
Rockets. And, actually, it does look like the Pulp Fiction one.
Well, also,
So Tommy's going to bed. I just want to make sure we say goodnight to Tommy.
Good night, Tommy.
Heading
Thanks
out.
for being here.
See you, Tommy.
Oh,
Night,
thank
night.
you, Jill. Thank you so much, Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night, Tommy. Good night, guinea pigs.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Good
and those
night.
guinea pigs.
Have an awesome night.
Hey, Tommy, don't
thank
you dare tell me what to do. I mean, thank you. You too.
Tommy
Speaking
and the Guinea Pig
of
Collective are my
50s diners.
500th subscriber. So, Jill, do you remember who your 500th subscriber was, or your 1,000th?
I did not keep track of who my 1,000th. You're way
I got
better
an
than me in
email.
that regard.
YouTube sent me a notification saying Tommy was my 500th.
Wow.
Really?
Yes.
I
Say
didn't-
what?
What? I will look through my emails and see if I can find out who my 500.
Yeah, a long time. I'm up to almost 700 now, but yeah, it sent me an email a long time ago.
Have you ever tried to apply for monetization? Do you have the
I
numbers?
don't know, because then the
you
pressure's
have-
on, Jill. If I miss a show, I don't feel so bad. But if I am getting, funded, I'm like, oh God, I have to put on pants now. Shit.
But you do it anyway. But you stream anyway on Thursday.
I try. I
It's
know.
like,
It's
hey,
just
you
for the
spend
fun of it.
time with me.
I don't want it to become a job because I always want to love it.
Okay.
So
Yeah, but then people can love you more.
speaking
good
of
point.
50s diners,
They love me so
Chicago
much.
had this place called Ed DeBevick's.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yes.
And it was the quintessential 50s. It is like you talk about dining as an experience. This was an experience. The food was okay diner food, but the thing was, it's like the waiters and waitresses were like pure 1950s, and they would treat you like shit.
Their motto was their motto was eat and get out.
Good
What?
good cooking.
Yes.
Good cooking, not good looking.
Their motto was eat and get out.
Get out.
Their whole shtick was being rude
Yeah.
to their crew.
Yeah.
They would they would
Yes.
take you to your table.
That
They would
works.
just throw the menus on the table and say figure it out.
Yeah.
They would ask for your drinks. They would bring your drinks to the table, put them down, and say figure it out. If you had any kind of like special request to an order, they would ridicule you mercilessly during it.
I love
And
it.
dear God, if it was your birthday,
Oh,
they would bring you, no lie, it was the world's smallest sundae. It was a tiny little shot glass with a dollop of ice cream, a little dollop of whipped cream on top of it, and a lit match in the top of it. And they would sing the song where they would get the whole place clapping to this. And by the time the whole place was clapping to this, they would go, "This is your birthday song. It isn't very long." And then they would blow out your own candle.
And I remember going there as a kid thinking it was fun and thinking, wow, it's fun that they're rude. And then going back there in my 20s and like winning verbal sparring matches with the waiters.
Oh, they are so brilliant. I went to the one in Milwaukee when there was still one there during Gen Con. It was such an experience. Oh, I miss Ed
They,
Debix.
they keep saying they're going to bring it back, but it's like
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. We'll see.
Well, excuse me.
But
I do want
but we did get to experience it.
I'm almost okay with this, except for when they spit on my tiny sundae.
They just blow out the candle.
Well, they didn't spit. They
I
just
do want
blew
to.
out the
I do
candle.
want to interact with the chat a little bit. Jill, since you're right there, would
How
you mind
dare
reading
you?
this?
We were having a
Please.
conversation, Canadian Spider-Man. No, I'm
We
just
did, and we finished. It was lovely.
Yelling into the wind says, however, if the system doesn't have enough pumping capacity, it must discharge via an overflow. In most places, it's fairly rare, as it requires heavy rain.
We
you get
had heavy rains.
Rod, do you get heavy rains up in your area?
They seem to have missed me. It's not that it hasn't rained. I mean, like shit. Yesterday it was pretty but no. I mean, it's actually. I'm not going to say it's rare, but it's it's. Okay. I'm just going to say that this summer it seems like everybody else has been getting them, not us.
I miss the
So-
rains down in Africa. Just saying.
It's going to take a lot.
And I'm
Sorry.
a Buzz Killington now.
Go ahead, Rod.
No, I was just simply like, yeah, that's. I mean, we did get one really heavy one yesterday, and then before that, all the heavies. There's even supposed to be tornadoes and everything, and that's the one that we're.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
and
Hey, Jill, if there's somebody else who wants to come in, I'm more than willing to bow out for somebody else to come in.
I don't get it.
I have no indication or knowledge that anybody wants to come in. I did try to see if Tommy wants to come in, but I think he actually was going to bed.
Yeah,
he was
I saw your comment. I saw your comment saying he doesn't have enough room. I'm like, I don't want to be the one that blocks somebody out of this show.
No. Oh no, you're headlining in the title as well. But, Tommy did say he was going to bed, and thank you for being on the other night, Tommy. It was great to have you on. Absolutely, DJ Play Nice. Would you mind if you can read this? Are you okay to read this, please?
Absolutely. However, if the system doesn't have enough pumping capacity, it must discharge via an overflow. In most places, it's fairly rare, as it requires heavy rains.
Oh shit, we read that already.
I think Jill did it better.
That was the wrong. That was the
just
wrong.
Gonna
one.
say that
Have we
you
read this
did
one
it
yet?
better.
I don't think we read this one.
Beat you
yet,
to it.
Oh dear Lord.
He did. Oh my goodness. See, this is what
Good
happens when
point.
I don't have my contact letter.
Good point.
So-
I don't have my
No,
glasses.
I'm not sure that's even correct. But Nim says, just remembered, hose is the oldest word for stockings back when men used to wear silk stockings too.
Yeah.
Need to separate hose from hose pipe. Take that. Not sure.
Yeah, that's because
really
we call
the
it pantyhose. But I can understand that.
And in baseball, you still call the high socks that you wear with the spat style pants hose.
Though he does give a top tip of never eat yellow snow, and that is a very, very top tip.
Okay.
Frank Zappa.
In fact, I would not eat any snow except for the snow at the very top of the mountain that nobody's eating.
I've
Or
never
it's
paid
steamed
attention.
snow.
Is the shaved? Have you ever seen the shaved ice or a slushy guy, like machine, whatever, have yellow snow cones?
I have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it like pineapple or lemon or something then?
It was a lemonade, yes,
Yeah.
and I did eat it, and it was delicious, and I couldn't care less.
I guess I could get over it.
Yeah, it's like I ate the yellow snow, and it tasted great.
Awkward.
as I already texted Jill, I'm actually not even drunk.
Oh, the first half. No, I haven't seen your text yet, but the first half was from yelling into the wind. The problem comes when there is sufficient precipitation that the treated effluent ceases to flow because the downstream level is too deep, so sewage backs up. Modern systems have pumps to compensate.
I mean, we're here in San Diego. We deal with a Tijuana sewer problem right now. It's like a bunch of the beaches here are they're not closed, but it's like go into the water if you want that raised bacteria level, if you know what I mean. It's not fun. So
I'm glad he clarified about the yelling in the wind, not peeing in the wind.
Peeing in the wind, that'd be a skill.
This was yelling in the wind, responding to me talking about the historical records and saying you are correct. They assume the newspaper reports are wrong. They apply a correction factor calculated from their model of expected warming. It's rather circular, and it is.
I like circles. Ooh, speaking of circles, our great friend, the Comic Relief Crusader, does drawing. Yeah, Crusader. The Comic Relief Crusader does drawing huge circles.
Huge.
Every weekend. Every week, sorry. So folks, if you enjoy huge circles, please join.
Huge.
Mike.
Huge.
Looks like circles like you have never seen.
And he lives. You know what? He lives actually, Rod. He lives between you and I. Like he's
that's right.
on the way between you and I.
He's old.
He's
Correct?
old. What? He's not that old.
No, he lives in Olds, Alberta.
I don't know where that is.
It is north on Highway 2 from Calgary.
An hour?
And it is about 45 minutes.
Okay, yes, in that area, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, Jill. They're upping the speed limit on that highway, aren't they, Rod?
Yes, they are.
To what?
To what?
What?
120.
Wow.
Kilometers.
Wait, kph or mph?
I was going to say, it's got to be kilometers. There's no way anyone has 120 miles per hour.
Yeah, you never know.
No, but that's 80. Is that 80 miles per hour?
It's closer to 75.
75.
Which is normal. That means you'll go 80. Because everybody always speeds 5 minutes past the speed limit, right?
5 minutes. You mean 5 clicks.
Jill's absolutely correct.
5 miles per hour.
There was a time when I think Montana had in certain parts of their highways no set speed limit. It was just
they still do
reasonable safe speed.
Dakota's had it at one point too.
The Dakotas, Minnesota, Montana, Oregon, all those northern states still have vast stretches of highway where, as long as you're just maintaining a reasonable speed, they couldn't care less how fast you're going.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Style. Now, oddly enough, if you look at the highways up there, it's really wild when you understand how the curvature of the earth goes, because you'll have highways that are going due east-west, but at one point after like a couple hundred miles, all of a sudden it does a dog leg one way or the other, south if you're going west or north if you're going east, and that's to correct for the curvature of the earth.
We'll take that, flat earthers.
Yeah, honestly.
About the speed limit, I'm sorry, DJ Playnice, I feel like you had something to say about speed limits. Sorry.
Talk over him. Don't let him say it.
I was just to contribute that the interstate speed here is 75, but nobody gets pulled over for doing anything until you hit 90. Although my state did just double all of the penalty points and the fines. And so I don't go triple digits anymore.
Yeah.
it's like $1,000, and
Wow.
would be one more moving offense away from having your license revoked for 2 years.
Back in Maryland, a very good friend of mine was a police officer. He informed me that if I was on an interstate highway, speed limit of 55, which is like every highway in Maryland, speed limit 55, you can do 70 and not be afraid of being pulled over. And I was never pulled over once for doing 70 in a 55. I did get pulled over once for doing 59 in a 55, but that was because it was a night when a guy had basically robbed a bank and tried to run a police barricade up ahead. And the guy was like super keyed up on anyone doing any more than 55 miles an hour at 2:00 in the morning. And I was like, I'm just coming home from playing D&D. And he's like, how much have you had to drink?
I think just 5 miles per hour over or 10 kph is good enough.
Yeah, I remember when NASCAR was here last month, and it was the first time I've ever seen California Highway Patrol have like speed traps on like either side of the bridge, and actually going after people. Huh. I mean the San Diego Bay Bridge.
That means both
the cops where you are don't have like
what?
There's a lot more hands off when it comes to not just policing speed, but general traffic policing in Omaha and on Interstate 80 in Nebraska. And I also have experience for about a decade in central Missouri. They called all of the county cops off and sent all of the troopers, with the exception of one per 100 miles, back to station at 3 a.m. So 3 to 7 a.m. you could pretty much Autobahn I-70.
Nice.
Whoa, wow.
We did that a lot in the summers. Yeah.
I think isn't I seem to recall hearing my uncle's telling me once, like, isn't Montana and Idaho are just infinity?
Like, well, a couple of minutes ago, we were talking about Montana, the Dakotas, a couple other states that at one time did. I'm not sure if Montana still does. It's been a few years. Okay, I haven't been there for many years.
Yeah, my uncle said like he went down there and then like he got pulled over for speeding, and then he was like, okay, how much? You know, cop's like $5, and then like he was like, well, what? You know, and the cop's like, yeah, no, it's well, you know, we don't care, you know, and it's like, oh, cool. And then he was like, and then he handed him another $5, and then just kind of like, okay, I'm going to be coming back this way. Cop laughed and like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, I just checked. Montana no longer has highways without a speed limit.
Okay.
All state roads and interstates now have fixed numerical limits that you must follow.
So what's their top end if you're doing the Google foo? Are they like 90 or 85?
I'm checking 80 to 85 on rural interstates.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's still pretty quick.
And that's been since 1999.
I'm sure they got bullied a little by the Department of Transportation.
No, I'm sure that it wasn't right. The reasonable and prudent unticketed daytime rule was struck down by the Montana Supreme Court as too vague in 1998.
Well,
okay, all right, that makes sense.
You got to love
that's
stare decisis.
Wow, that's a long time. I mean, like again, that's my uncle, and he's no longer with us. But
yeah, I mean,
we're
all
like 30 years ago. Like,
we are all 30 years past that point,
that.
and we're still thinking that Montana has no speed limit.
Yeah.
Well, we're just living in the past, maybe.
Wow. Hey, you know what? Everyone out there in the chat and everyone's listening, you're welcome for this lesson.
Can I tell you all a little short story?
No. No, you may not.
Well,
Stop.
Shut up. Let him talk.
Mute this guy. Okay. No, I'm kidding. I'm muting you for funny, for comedic
Right.
purposes.
All right.
Yeah. So today I went to the. So I live 2 blocks from Center Street, where the bridge goes over the river that cuts through town. It's awesome for tubing. It's wide. It's not too fast. There's nothing. There's no rapids, nothing like that, but it's a good river for tubing, good river for swimming under the bridge, because there it sort of pools and slows down and you can float there. So anyway, I'm there, and there are these, I don't know, there's about 6 or 7 or 8 of these 20-year-old kids there, and I'm going with my beach towel, and we're within sight of like Center Street, it's called, like the main bridge in town, and there's all traffic and cops going by, and these kids are like 30 feet from the bridge in full view, because that's where the sand is, and there's a pile of Coors Light, of all things, beer cans in a nice pile there, in view of and I have a couple of, like, adult hidden beverages in my bag, and I'm saying, guys, are you, like, do the cops not care? And you know what they said? Jill, do you know what they said?
What did they say?
Make sure it stays in your trunk and don't drink it now.
Wait. No, let me guess. Hey, buddy, got one for me?
No, they said the cops know that we're all on foot, and as long as we clean everything up, there's no problem. And if there's no problem, then there's no problem.
Perfect.
That's the kind of town I
That is the
live in.
way it should be. Dear
Nice.
Lord, that is perfect.
By the way, if
Canadian
you had-
Spider-Man, I am jealous.
They treat us
By the
like
way,
adults.
By the way, I just looked it up. There is no U.S. state that has any public highway where there is no speed limit. They are all limited now. The highest ones are 85.
Yeah.
Shame on
It's
you
like-
guys.
Well, it's the Department of Transportation. They control
It is.
all the money.
Well, shame on them then. Yeah.
They control tons of money for road improvements that the states want, and they say to the states,
Well,
"Well,
that's-
if you want these, make your roads just a little safer."
Yeah.
Never mind the fact there's nobody on those roads.
Dude, these are federal bureaucrats. You're assuming logic.
I used to live in the Maryland suburbs of D.C. Trust me, I know who the
I didn't say you
bureaucrats
didn't
are.
know them, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. So I'm saying,
Yeah.
I say, I trust me, I know.
Oh well.
Jill, would you, I'm sure old man Bird, Gene would love it if you please read what he wrote there.
Sure. A big city police chief told me he instructed his people 10 miles per hour and over, or 1 mile per hour, 1 mile per hour over in a school zone. Yeah, the school zone is where they really get you, especially the very first day of school. The first few weeks of school, they're all around there like buzzards.
I don't
Checking
think
for
there's
people
anyone with half
speeding
a
in school zone.
brain. I don't think anyone in half a brain knows better than to try to speed in a school zone.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, you're just asking for it. You do that.
People do it. And,
No,
yeah,
I
they're
know.
out there.
They don't have half a brain.
It depends on the time of day. I just got to say, it depends on the time of day. If it's after school hours, I'm not sweating those signs. And some of them they articulate that it has to be during school hours as it is.
When
But we have
children are
enough
present.
communities. Say again.
When children are present, some of them. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
It is kind of obvious when they're walking around with their backpacks and walking across the street. Like, obviously, don't speed.
I do have an Autobahn story, old man Bird. I was just out of high school. I was taken a couple years before university, and I went traveling with a school group, sort of an after-school group, through Europe. And we did 2 weeks, and we did 4 countries, I think, Switzerland and Germany, and I think Monaco was in there too, if I believe, in Italy. And we did drive the bus on the Autobahn. I tried to get the bus driver to go as fast as the bus would go. He would not. So that's my Autobahn. But there, it was the speed limit was now parts of the Autobahn. People think all of the Autobahn is unlimited speed. That is not correct. Parts of the Autobahn do have speed limits, but there are parts that are famous that have no speed limit. But if you get a bus driver that's like a stickler, I mean, I offered him €5. No, I'm kidding.
Only €5.
This was long before. No, this was long before.
Spidey, you are not alone on this. When I was in high school, we were taking the school bus home, and it seemed like every other day or every third day, this stupid little MG Mini would cut off the driver. Ooh. And she and I had become good friends. Black lady, she was awesome. She was wonderful. And I'd be like, just run him over. You wouldn't even feel it. It's just a stupid little MG. I mean, come on.
Those are fun cars to drive, I would imagine, though.
Yeah,
DJ,
you've
driven
yeah, but
MG,
not fun cars to play demolition derby with.
Wow.
The closest I would have been to that are Miatas, but never an MG.
You know what's hilarious?
Or a Triumph. Any of those.
Triumph.
Smart cars.
I see the new like the Ford Thunderbirds that came out when 24 was on the air, and they were built off of the Miata body. And I'm just like, hey, nice Mazda Miata there, pal. Yeah, it really was.
Huh. Rod has a sweet car, but it's not a Miata.
Oh, no, really. I just got a Nissan Maxima.
Yeah, it's pretty nice,
what
we
year?
could all fit in it. All of us could fit in it, Rod.
Okay, you're right. It's a 2003.
Oh, good.
Wow.
Road trip with Rod?
Before the CVT.
Yes.
What's
Jill,
that?
we're coming to pick you up. Rod and I are, because I don't have a job, neither does Rod. We're coming to pick you all up.
Before Nissan started using the continuous the CVT transmissions.
Oh, totally. And well, in fact, I won't.
Were awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, I want to get a truck, but I mean, like, I'm still shopping around, and like, first of all, I'm not buying anything past 2010.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, totally. I mean, I go 2012, but you know.
Well, I have a 2014 Corolla. What's wrong with that?
I have a 2019. Yeah, it's okay.
We are not saying it has to be 2010 or 2012, or else you are not part of the acceptable race.
Do you have that little tiny angry triangle on your car?
Yeah, I do.
No, not yet.
That car, okay, good for you. But Jill, that car is actually tattling on you. To the manufacturer.
What is it saying? Jill is a bad girl. What?
Well, Jill did this and Jill did that, and that's why her extended warranty should be voided.
Yes, there. See, exactly. You know, I mean, because Ford is doing this right now too. They're totally screwing drivers over with the whole if you change the battery yourself, they have made it in. They have put a code in the computer so that when you if you change it yourself, it will eventually
like the car.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like if you break a like a rear stoplight, like not only is there a stoplight in there, there's also a camera and a sensor. So not only so it's like $1,200 plus for the backup camera. So not only do you have to like buy the $1,200 part, you also have to have the calibration service. If you break a taillight.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not the biggest, as a Canadian, I'm not the biggest fan of Trump, but I will say I admired him for this. And that was the CEO of GM and Ford approached him, and they came into the White House, and they said they wanted to make they wanted to make right to repair a thing of the past. In other words,
Oh,
you're basically you're renting a car
yeah.
or truck, and Trump laughed him out of the office. I will
For
only
him.
say that I respect him for that.
Yeah, I was driving home one day from meeting some friends at a local restaurant, and one of my friends, as I was turning off to go into another store, texted me and said, "Hey, your taillight's out, or like, brake light. Your right brake light is out." I was like, "Oh, nuts!" So after I did my shopping in that store, I went to the very next auto shop.
Napa or
Bought-
whatever.
Yeah, AutoZone, I think it was. Bought the tail light, which of course is only sold the twin pack. But you know what? Hey, means I have a spare now, and figured out how to remove the stupid plastic things to let me take the thing off.
Yeah.
Then remove the LED light, the tail light, unscrewed the dead bulb. Yep, definitely bulb. Look at that, it's blackened.
Yeah.
Put the new bulb on there, screw it in, pop it in place, put everything back together, try the bulb. Hey, look at that. And a person coming out of the store, I said, "Would you mind telling me if it works?" I said, "Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Thank you."
I mean,
home
with
done.
the exception of maybe two lights. I can replace all the basic lights on my Volkswagen.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm driving a 2014 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, I have a 2012 Passat, and it's like I've had it since I've had it for 5 years. It is the most boring car I've ever had, and I love it.
I was going to say, isn't it the best?
I mean, that too, but it's also, in terms of like, it is just the most boring, reliable car I've ever had, and I love that.
What's amazing to me is there are a million 2014 to 2018 Corollas out there, and they all have the exact same body style. I've seen 500,000 of them the same forest green my car is. I have never seen a single one with the silver pinstripes my car has. I didn't put them on there. They were on the car when I bought it. No other Corolla has these pinstripes. Red, blue, green, silver, white, black. None of them.
Did you
I was
buy
like,
it new?
I bought it used.
Oh, okay.
But at the same time, I'm like, woohoo! I have a unique one.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read.
I'm getting tired here, and my phone is getting low, so
plug it in.
I will have to. What?
Plug it in,
Rod. Yeah, no, we're not going to go too much longer. It is 1:30.
Oh no, I'm actually, I was on a 3-day bender earlier in the week after learning. After my
there's Bender. It's great.
after learning of my brother, and then my sister, like when he said when he was just kind of like, I don't have a brother, and then like I never really thought much of it. I'm just like, oh fuck, well, okay, that's Rob being Rob, and I mean, and like basically after we'd all gotten our inheritance money, it's we all went our separate ways, and then like don't hang out or like nothing, and then like and then all of a sudden they just my buddy sends me a text and then of an accident, and then like there was this truck, and I'm like, oh fuck, and then
did you lose somebody, Rod? What's going on? I missed something exact.
Oh, he's in the hospital. He's in the hospital, and he's.
I hope he gets better.
He possibly has brain damage.
Okay.
And
yes, I remember you said that now.
Yeah, and then like I said, and then he, and then he, like I said, he said, I don't have a brother, and and then like the orderly said to me, no, but you'll probably have to come. You'll have to come in if you want to see him. And then I'm
That's
just kind
the
of
brain damage, like you're saying, and so it's not what he really thinks.
Yeah, and then my sister said that too. She was like, he's probably got brain damage. Why didn't you call me? And I'm just like, well, I called Kim's, and they'd probably call you. And my sister, that sister is not my favorite character in the family. So
I get that feeling.
yeah. So then, but like I will, I'll keep you guys all up to date.
All right.
But
Yeah, please do, Rod.
yeah.
Take care of
All right.
And I'm
Yeah, you
only
good,
I'm
man.
only like 3 hours away, eh, man.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I
have
do
a good
gotta.
night.
Thanks. I do gotta say, in High River, I really miss the grain elevators.
We have one here. We still have one. They are there's employment opportunities for me to help renovate it.
Oh well, there you go.
You're kidding, really?
Yeah, really. I saw an
Wow.
old photo from 1896, and down Center Street in front of the train station, one-story big train station, there was like 7 huge, like 6-story grain elevators.
Yes.
Did anybody
Then.
else hear that thunder just now? I heard it through my circumaural headphones.
No.
Dear
You know
Lord,
what? I think I did.
it was tremendous. Oh my Lord!
I'm not gonna.
And it
I'm not
lasted
gonna lie.
forever.
Okay. Yeah. By the way, the Spidey, you putting that grain elevator together, that's very honorable too, because that's probably the one grain elevator left from starring in Superman 3.
Wow.
Wow!
Yep.
I forgot
Yep.
about that.
I need
Yep.
to see Superman 3. I've seen 1 and 2. I'm gonna try 3 next.
Well,
I hope you like
Smallville
Richard Pryor.
is High River.
I love
where
Richard
I'm living.
Pryor.
You'll enjoy Superman
It's
3.
Smallville. Yes.
I love Superman. Well, I love Superman anyway. So like it, I mean,
He doesn't swear once. Richard Pryor does not swear once.
Yeah, but he
That's
still
right.
pulls it together.
that's
you know?
right.
And yet, honestly, Canadian Spider-Man, he is the best part of the entire movie.
Yeah. And then and by the way, downtown Metropolis or downtown Calgary also doubled as downtown Metropolis.
Wrenched says there was one at Stalingrad. What the do they do?
Rod, do you know what grain elevators do? I do.
Yep.
Because
Well-
how did they used to store grain?
They store grain.
Yeah.
How
store
did they
grain.
used to
In
store it?
silos.
But
Yeah.
they used to store them in bags along the railway tracks, in
Oh.
sacks, in burlap sacks, and so
Well,
they need
see,
to
now they
first
store them in
store 'em.
silos because I don't know about Canada, but most of the grain in America, a great deal of the grain in America travels on the Mississippi intra-coastal waterway on barges. Anyway,
Gene Hackman. Yes, he was the best Lex Luthor.
No, he
Right?
wasn't.
You don't think so?
Clancy Brown in the Superman animated series was the best Lex Luthor we ever got.
Clancy Brown. I love that
Clancy Brown.
I think you're probably right.
guy. Love that.
Anyways, I got to cut myself
all
off.
right.
So,
Good night, Rod. Thank
Take
you.
it.
And
guys.
Rod, it was
See you all
great
later.
to meet you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go
You
easy.
bet. Thank you. Good to see you.
Take care.
And
Yeah.
and I'm
Take
gonna
care.
try and read Sashi even though I don't have my glasses on.
Sashi 4440
Hey,
Wrench
Joe. See ya.
says that Malaysia
Hey.
fought against some aggressive socialism from 1968 to 1989, and then I guess they stopped fighting against it. I don't know.
Ouch! I don't know, but DJ
don't
Play
think
Nice,
they
if
would,
you're there, could you read
They
this
shouldn't have stopped
awesome?
fighting against socialism. They should have
No, we
kept doing
shouldn't.
it.
Amen.
If I had $1 for every time socialism worked, I'd have $0. And incidentally, if I worked, I'd also have $0.
If you had $1 from every time socialism worked, a socialist would take it from you.
Yeah. And you would still, and you would have $0, and therefore, if it did work, you'd still have $0.
Whereas Margaret Thatcher said, socialism works until you run out of
Other people's money.
I loved the Ronald Reagan joke where you have two communists talking, and the one communist said, "Hey, if you had 2 houses, would you give me one of your houses?" And the one communist says, "Of course I would." And then the communist says, "Well, if you had 2 cars, would you give me one of your cars?" And the communist says, "Of course I would give you one of my cars." And then the first communist says, "Well, if you had 2 chickens, would you give me one of your chickens?" And the communist says, "No, I would not." And the the first one says, "Why wouldn't you give me one of your chickens?" And the second company says, "Because I have 2 chickens."
Oh,
That was a Ronald Reagan joke.
that was when it comes to
Oh, yeah.
reality.
Yep. As soon as it hits your wallet, communism stops working.
Yeah. He once told Reagan once told a joke. Well, in the Soviet Union, it takes 10 years to get a car. So the guy goes down to the car dealership. And the salesman says, "Well, do you want it in the morning or in the afternoon?" And the guy, it's like the customer asks the salesman, "Well, is it going to come in the morning or in the afternoon?" And the salesman says, "What does it matter? It's going to be in 10 years." Like, well, on that day, the plumber's coming.
Oh, that's a good one.
I got a
Jill,
question for Sashi in the chat. I want to
yeah.
know if that Lancer was a sedan, or is it a 2-door or 4-door?
Oh,
Because you brought that up on the screen earlier.
Oh, okay. Yes, I did. Yeah. I don't have my glasses on, folks.
A Mitsubishi Lancer from 2006 based on the mid-80s model. No electronics besides the radio.
no, it would have been a 4-door though.
Well, if it's 2006, it does have some electronic control, but it's relatively bare bones, since compared to what the enshittification of today's automobile.
Yeah, it was a micro sedan.
Yeah, man, my entire dashboard is electronic now. That's not cool. I don't.
God
like
help you.
So
I just remember that they had some coupes. I just didn't remember which years they were. And so, Sashi, thank you for answering my question.
Just remember all those. Just remember all those cars with electronics that you're concerned about for EMPs. If they are not running when the EMP goes off, your car is still going to run.
Oh yeah. Well.
but it might not get the satellite radio.
Oh no! Whatever will we do?
You have to go pre-1974 with the most American cars. Pre-1974, yeah.
Mine's a 79.
You still have Bluetooth. All you need is iHeartRadio.
Do you know that at one time there was Chryslers? I think it was in the 50s and 60s. They had their own proprietary record player, and in the car.
Yeah,
and you could buy a Chrysler with a record player in the car, and it was its own size, its own speed. But the thing is, it's like you would have to buy all your music collection in the Chrysler format. So it really didn't go anywhere.
But Wrenched says, now we have another socialist power in the UK, Andy Burnham. He is further left than Starmer, and none of us got to vote on it either. I'm sorry, man. That is dreadful to read.
He replaced Starmer?
Yeah, Starmer's replacement, Andy Burnham.
Yeah.
Good. You know what?
No vote. Just
try
replacement.
Squeeze them harder. Keep going. Keep squeezing the English people and see what happens. See what happens. Keep going harder. Squeeze them harder, buddy.
Yep. That's basically. Oh dear Lord! It's just.
Yeah.
And the revolution will not be televised.
DJ Play Nice, I cannot get over how awesome your voice is. Sweet Jeebus, you have the voice of gods.
DJ, you have interesting factoids and knowledge about stuff. And is music your forte, your biggest forte?
Easily. Yeah.
No, but even with all of that, all I have ever known of DJ Play Nice was his moderating in channels that I have been honored enough to have been a part of, and I've always seen him on there. I'm like, DJ, great to see ya.
DJ Play Nice is the spirit of goodness. He makes me feel like an overly angry.
As well you should, Jill.
He He knows how to be chill. He knows how to be
An
a good
overly
person.
angry so-and-so.
Jill is just such a shrew. She is so so authoritarian. She's just always just ruling over everyone.
you
with
know
an
how
iron
I feel
fist.
against Star Trek, but then he's just like, some people like this stuff.
Jill, you know we love you.
Ooh. There's more to worry about when the EMP happens than your car not running. Actually,
no kidding. Any electronics you have running when the EMP happens will stop running. Any of the electronics you had that were powered off, not just in standby, but literally not having any power running through them, will be fine.
Well, I live in between about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 primary targets, and so hey, I'm toast.
I used to live in the DC suburbs. I was toast. Now I don't, and I might be okay.
Well, get a bicycle.
The opening line to the Cold War novel, Failsafe, begins, War Room, Omaha. We're Strategic Air Command. There's nuclear things next to us, and all of the bunker missiles that we've had over time. Yeah. It was like a sad reality for me when I understood what the Cold War meant as an 80s.
Yep. Same here.
Alas, Babylon is all I have to say about it. Those are the opening words of a post-apocalyptic novel that are quoted at the beginning of a absolutely fantastic zombie series called Black Tide Rising by John Ringo, former 82nd Airborne Specialist. It starts with the book Under a Graveyard Sky. Never try to read the book called Black Tide Rising, because that is a compilation of short stories that takes place after the 4 books in the trilogy. Yes, you heard me right. The 4 books in the trilogy.
Huh?
I know.
Okay.
You don't have to read the 4th book, but it's not terrible, and it does tie up a couple loose ends.
Yelling into the Wind says John Ringo's books are good.
They are.
Troy Rising is fantastic, he says.
I plan on reading those next.
Yeah. Sashi says, when the EMP hits, I can finally get my model kit backlog finished. Oh, there we go. See, I'm not wearing my glasses, folks.
Are you guys hearing that?
Clicking?
Yeah, I could hear the thunder that time.
Oh my Lord! It's enormous. Dear God, what the hell is happening outside my house?
Still on.
I mean, but it's enormous
It's
for you,
huge.
but for us, it sounds very
Huge.
It's
Start
like there's
gathering
artillery
things.
being fired outside.
Better start to gather things 2 by 2.
Hands of blue.
Jill, would you
Firefly
mind
joke for anyone who knows it.
reading? I don't. Oh.
Nem says there's a movie trailer out for The Uprising by Paul Greengrass. Looks like a middle-aged peasant revolt movie where you push the population too far with taxes. It looks good.
Oh, they're doing
Wow.
that in Canada.
I'm going to have to look that up.
What's it
Doing
called?
that with us right
The
now.
Uprising by
Oh.
Paul Greengrass.
Yeah, that's what they're doing here in Canada right now. Sashi says the car was kept basic, so the low-cost option for giving access to low-income groups. Yes, so you said it didn't have power windows in an earlier comment that I highlighted, Sashi, and I'll tell you what, my car has power windows. I hate power windows. I've always hated power windows. Do you know why, Sashi? Do you know why? Because my passenger window doesn't go down unless I No, they always fail. They always. I'm a control guy. I want control over my shit, and I want a manual gear shift. My 4-wheel drive
better not be an electronic button where the computer says no. No, I want a manual stick that I can jam that bastard in 4-wheel drive. Same with my windows. I want to roll my windows up. I want to roll my windows down. If the regulator fails in them, you go to a junkyard, because I've done it many, many times. You get a regulator for $40, right, DJ? You know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. And the thing is, I'm 57. I was a teenager in the 80s. I learned how to drive on a stick shift car. I know how to drive a stick shift car. My first 3 cars were stick shift cars. I taught 2 friends, one my dearest friend who sadly passed away in January, the other my first girlfriend. I taught them both how to drive stick shift cars. I later learned how to drive a 3-on-the-tree double shift transmission truck. In case you don't know, it's the instead of the shift being on the floor, it's there on the like where you normally do the drive neutral, reverse, that whole thing on the steering column. That's where you actually steer from, and you would shift in, release, then shift in again, shift to your next gear, then release the gear and give the gas, and you would get to shift to your next gear. That's how a 3-on-the-tree works with a double shift. And you know what? It's not that difficult, but it is now known as the millennial car theft device.
Anti-car theft.
Yeah, the millennial anti-car theft device, because anyone younger than Generation Z has no idea how to drive a manual transmission.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, my dad tried teaching me. I didn't take to it.
I could teach you, I promise you.
Max Redstone, would you mind reading from our friend, Old Man Bird, please?
Even if they are off, EMP causes a voltage across the PN junction of transistors, causing runaway current. They melt, destroying any microchips or transistors, vacuum tubes in lead are.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to take I have
only
spent a
choices.
week. I stayed at Old Man Bird's house. Gene was kind enough to have me as a host for me. Thank you. And I can guarantee you, he's one of the smartest men in any room he walks into. So take his word at face value. So here's the finishing of that statement, I believe. So here you go, Max. Can you read the sentence and then
vacuum tubes or wrap in lead are your only choices.
Okay, but that only counts for EMPs that are happening within roughly 100 miles of where you live. If there's no such blast happening near you that close, you're going to be okay if your stuff is turned off. If you're 500 miles away and your stuff is turned on, you're fried.
What can you put them in your refrigerator if you're within that radius? If you're within the blast zone, what if you stick them in?
What are you, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull?
If your refrigerator's a Faraday cage,
I've
yes.
never seen that movie, but it's
he gets into a refrigerator to avoid a nuclear explosion. It literally is the movie that nuked the fridge.
Oh, and did it work?
No, well, yeah, it worked in the movie, but I'm like, if you watch the movie, you're like, okay, every bone in his body is broken. All of his organs are jellied, and he is nowhere near alive. It's ridiculous.
Blast. I mean, it is a metal box.
Oh, God. And the best part is when he closes the door on the fridge, you see it say lead lined. Oh, like that's going to help you against a nuclear blast that's point blank. Right.
Mache. Better than paper mache.
It's just so stupidly ludicrous.
Conventional thinking at the time was, I mean, I can see how that would be conventional thinking at the time, because the military would only admit to radiation from the blast at all initially.
Within 100 miles is what does it say?
Almost everywhere in the UK.
Oh shit!
Yeah, because we forget how tiny
I
the UK is compared to how grand the US
Isn't
and
it-
Canada are.
Isn't it incredible? You know what? My hat. I will raise a glass to the UK for a nation that is not very big. Holy cow! Do you guys in history ever punch above your weight? My
Yeah.
glass is eternally raised to the
It's a
UK
fair
for that.
I'm hoping they still can.
Yes. They're not going down. Press them harder. See what
Yeah.
happens. Press them harder. See what happens.
Tommy
I
Robbins,
think
Tommy
that there's
Robinson and
more.
Rupert Lowe.
I
Sorry,
think
go
that
ahead.
if there's more that goes on with agriculture in Ireland to foment the strength of the citizens, kind of mounting enough resistance to actually get things to change, I think that that's going to be the best and most reliable way to get it done. It's not like I'm advising that they do that, but I absolutely support what they're doing. It reminded me a lot of what your Canadian trucking industry did. You just gridlock. And when they do that in tandem with really good media pushes on what the issues are, people who don't care but like to complain suddenly start to care. So it is putting the face of Canadian truckers, Irish farmers out there to the other citizens of those countries to be able to convince them that they need to take a look at what's being done. And I still have so much optimism that is often unfounded as the days pass and become history, but I still really want people to understand that the greatest thing that you could do is create action on your own. And I post phone numbers in like my 2A chats all the time for the 800 number, pardon, at the White House. Here's how to find your senator. Here's how to find your representatives. Here's the connection for all the Supreme Court cases. Go and find these things. But it's an active citizen, regardless of the country, that is the most key portion of change. And every one of us on the panel is that. Everyone in the text chat is that. Every citizen everywhere is exactly that. So I'm gonna have to grab my other phone and drop a couple of links, man. I'll be shy on the Canadian ones. Maybe somebody can take care of those for me, or anything in the UK. But I've definitely got my notepad rammed full of things that I can post about ways that people in the United States can take the government that is of and by them into their own hands and get them to a keyboard.
If I could handle a couple of these, Sashi 4440
It's our
says,
responsibility.
he says, I don't have to worry about a nuclear strike here. Most people don't even know Malaysia exists.
What?
Laughing out loud. Honestly, that's dang, man. But
people on this panel know what the population of Malaysia is offhand. We'll go around the panel. Jill, how big is Malaysia? Do you know? Put you on the spot. How many millions of people?
she's typing it in. She's looking it up.
You can't look it up. No. Jill?
Jill. Oh, Jill.
So sorry. Do I read? Sashi says, I was away. I'm sorry. I stepped away from the screen to help somebody else.
Sashi 4440 asked,
You know.
I don't have to worry about a
Wait,
nuclear strike here.
What, did you not
sorry.
hear me? I said that I stepped away because I was helping somebody else
Oh,
in the room.
no, I had read it while
And
you were
so
away.
I can read.
No,
you
the
did.
question du jour is, what do you think the population of Malaysia is?
Yes. Sorry, Jill.
That's why I was going to read it again for you. I'm sorry.
He'd already read it. And so I was asking, I'm sorry, Jill. Yes, you had stepped away. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. But I had asked you, do you want to take a guess at what the population of Malaysia actually is?
Population of Malaysia, I would have no earthly clue. That is 2
Dutch
million?
Dutch Gradient did read this from Sashi, and that's a very good point, Sashi. I don't think a lot of people realize how important Malaysia actually is. Do you know what the population is, Jill? Offhand, without looking it up, anyone? Take a guess.
I don't know.
How many
Okay. Well, you're making me think it's more than I think. Because I thought 2, so maybe 10?
10
10
million?
million.
Okay,
I'll
let's
go
go
with
around
10.
the panel. What do you think, Max Redstone? How many million?
I'm gonna say, Malaysia. I'm gonna say 30 million.
Okay, 30 million. Yeah. All right. And Dutch Gradient, what do you think?
Knowing the DC area is about 60 million, I'm also going to say 30 million.
All right, good enough.
Shit, I was wrong.
Well, don't tell us yet. If this was a Price is Right, you'd have to go 30 million in one.
All right, 30 million in one.
No, but no. I'll let
I'll go 35. I'll go 35.
I'll go 32.
35 million.
I'll go 32.
DJ Play Nice. How many millions of people in Malaysia do you think?
$1.
Okay.
But no, I somewhere in the 20, like 20, 25, 25
Yeah, it probably is.
Try
Okay.
to shoot in the middle there somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
And I'm gonna go way above you all. I'm gonna say 80 million.
Looks like Joe wins.
Jill, do you know the answer? Oh, I thought she'd looked it up. That's why I asked.
No, I don't know.
Oh, I thought right.
I'd say Dutch Gradient is right with his 31 million.
I jumped up to 35 when they said they were going up to 30 on 30 and 30. I was like, fine, I'll do 35. So I'm probably over now.
Probably correct. Even though
I am over.
I
It's
want
34.
DJ Play
It's 34.4. So whoever said 30 plus wins if they didn't go 35.
Hooray!
Oh wow!
Hey, Max wins a brand new
Yay,
car.
Max! So Sashi, you have to send Max something now. Right? Is that it? Sashi has to send Max something now.
Max Redstone, come on down.
Yay!
I don't think they ever gave away a car on the very first part of the show, though.
There you go. Oh, Sashi got it right.
Sometimes the
Yeah, Sashi says the answer is just under
Whatever.
35. Yeah,
We're not gonna
34.4.
do the whole show, Dutch.
well, of course he would get it right. He lives there.
Yeah, but it's just amazing how incredibly it can go. We had a couple of chats come in there where what do you say? Shoot, where was it? It was. Oh God, I'm trying to look back to the. There was a chat came in I wanted to read to you guys. And now I can't find it. Never mind. Must have been really important, right?
Must.
What do you think of this, Dutch Gradient? What do you think of this from M&M?
Small warhead to destroy the port facilities and disable the comms network. Airburst for maximum irradiation of the port infrastructure. Airbursts are always the worst result for nuclear explosions.
Yeah.
Ground explosions have the least effect compared to airbursts.
But the most fallout.
Agreed. The most fallout, but they have the least effect on terms of...
It's more efficient to airburst it for blast.
Yeah. And honestly, it also destroys almost everything that a ground blast could, and creates more. It creates more fallout.
No. A ground burst does. It will still create fallout because the pressure from the stem of the mushroom cloud. There's negative pressure. That's everything getting sucked up.
All right,
up
I'll grant you that.
Anyway.
Understand that the only real tests we have of nuclear blasts on civilian populations are Fat Man and Little Boy. And Little Boy was a very idiotic idea where there was a near critical mass at the nose of the bomb. And at the end of the bomb was a shotgun shell with the rest of the material that once the shotgun shell blasted would enter the rest of the material and make it go critical.
Well, but you have to appreciate where they were. It's like they had
no.
It's like they explode one. they exploded one,
right.
and they only had two others. So
right. No, I get it. The thing is, this was a ridiculous idea because they didn't know if a lightning strike during the during the mission, or if some other ridiculous thing would make the shotgun blast go off. It went off. That was Hiroshima.
Yeah.
It was about 40%. It was about 40% effective. In other words, 60% of the nuclear material just got scattered around as dirty material.
I didn't know.
Oh,
I didn't know it was
Fat
that
Fat Man was the geodesic shell
the implosion device.
of conventional explosives around a fissionable core. That when all of the shells around it exploded at once, that fissionable core would go and explode in a nuclear explosion, which was like 90% effective. And that was the core of nuclear weapons until the hydrogen bomb was invented. Which was amazing to me when I watched the movie with George Clooney and whatever her name was, called Peacemaker,
Michelle
where
Kidman.
Yeah, that was her. Nick whatever her name was, Kidman.
Whatever.
They found the bomb in New York City, and it was a Fat Man bomb. It was a core surrounded by a sphere of fissionable of conventional explosives. And Clooney took a pocket knife and pried one of the bombs off, and they ran for it and turned a nuclear bomb into a dirty bomb.
Yep.
And I was wondering, Canadian Spider-Man, you lived in Japan for a number of years. Did this ever enter the culture in any way? How do the Japanese deal with that horror that they had to experience?
Well, I lived just north of Tokyo, Jill, and up there it feels like, that's Japan is long and thin, right? And it feels like you are miles and miles and miles away from those, but it is part of all of the Japanese, even young Japanese today, I would imagine, part of their persona, part of their heritage, part of who they are. There's no resentment, as far as I could tell, towards the people that dropped the bomb. Japanese are very prideful people, and they took their beatings, they took their defeat, they took their lumps, and they said, you know what? They were superior. We'll take our lumps and we'll learn from this and get better. And that's what they're doing. And when I toured the museum in Tokyo that's dedicated to World War II, and there's a shrine there, the Yasukuni Shrine, I think it is. I mean, as far as the Japanese citizens could tell, I'm an American, right? I mean, until I open my mouth, and even if I speak to them in English, like, that'll even confirm that I'm an American, because it's not German that comes out of my mouth. So as far as they know, and I don't sound like an Australian. So, and I was expecting a little bit of blowback, a little bit of, the dirty eye or something, like, because this was back in 2004. So, even closer to the war, right? 20 years ago. None of the sort, nothing of the sort whatsoever. No. Not that I could discern. And I spoke a little bit of Japanese, so I didn't hear any snide comments, nothing of the sort.
Because America helped rebuild Japan after the war.
I think so.
We poured so many billions of dollars into their country
and
to help them and supported them, and we provided defense for them. The Japanese Defense Force did not exist for decades because the United States military was their defense force.
It was also until the Constitution post-war.
Right. Until Japan said, hey, we can defend ourselves. And the United States said, all right, good luck. We're here if you need us.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okie dokie. But we're still going to keep our base over at Mr. Miyagi's house. So,
and it's important.
Good news. Good news.
The same as China today, it's important to differentiate the governing body from the people. The citizens.
Yes.
And the governing body would have run Japan. They already had kept fighting after 80%. Like most of their cities were 80% or more destroyed, and they kept fighting. Like all the
they were preparing the people to fight to the last person.
To the last person.
And
the nukes sort of let them know, hey, there's no chance.
And even after the nuke, the Hirohito, the emperor,
the emperor
Hirohito recorded a radio message on vinyl to be played at the radio station, and there were still Japanese generals who said, "No, we don't want to surrender yet."
Wow.
So, but it was. I think that
Jill,
after it was after Hiroshima and then Nagasaki, I think the consensus was okay. It's over. It's over.
I think so. I do want to read this important one from Old Man Bird. Or actually, Jill, do you mind reading it since you cheered last here? Or no, Jill may have.
3 hours tonight.
Oh, yeah.
4 hours the other night. I'm waiting for the first midnight to midnight or 8-hour stream. All up for hire.
Well, he's working up to it.
What is your longest stream, Spidey?
With Gil, I think we damn near went. Well, oh no, the time that I passed out out in the snow.
Oh my gosh!
Around the bonfire.
That's right. I forgot about that.
That was 21 hours. That was 21 hours. I got 1,000 views. I gained like 100 subscribers from that somehow. I did hit my head. Yeah, that pillow. I had to throw it away, but that's okay. No, but it would have been almost the same with Gil. Like with Cardinal Sin, his real name was Gil.
Right. Yeah, he did have pretty long streams, and that did not get captured by YouTube.
Hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you go past 11:55, YouTube doesn't keep it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And I can't. I need my glasses. I'm sorry, I can't. Max, can you read that? Because I cannot.
Where are your glasses?
Sashi says, fun fact, China probably won't hit Singapore with an attack. Where do you think they funnel their money through? They also need it's like their closest oil terminus.
Well, all right. I'm gonna go get my glasses. I think I know where to find them. DJ Plain Ice is in charge because he's senior.
Okay.
Wow, I'm honored. So Jill, what's the longest live stream you've done?
I think I was 7 hours, approaching 8, but I didn't quite make the 8. I think it was my stream. I didn't fully do it. I did the stream of Blade Runner, and I went about 5 hours, but then I said, oh, I got to close it out. I got to go pick up my kids. And somebody said, oh, we'll continue it for you. And so I went to go pick up my kids. But yeah, awesome. That was probably the longest I got.
Do you have any interest in pushing past the 8-hour mark, or a 12 or a 24 at some point? None.
No, because of those kids, because I got to be there to do homework with them and things. So
the thing that drove me insane about Blade Runner was the math. You got Deckard, the math. Deckard is told by Bryant that they have 4 skin jobs walking the streets. He tells them that 6 of them jumped a shuttle and got to Earth, and one of them fried himself trying to get into trying to break into Tyrell Corporation. Fried himself in an electrical field. So Deckard,
you got 8 replicants.
No, 6. Total of 6. And one of them fried himself trying to break in. So you have 5 left. And
what?
And Rachel takes out Leon Deckard takes out Zora. Deckard takes out Pris, and Leon self terminates, leaving one left. Where the heck was that sixth replicant? And it can't be Rachel because she was never off world.
Coming to
And
a
it was
theater
because-
near you in 2030. It's Blade Runner 2. The
No.
Lost Replicant.
Honestly, I actually had plans on writing that script, but what it turned out to be was a screw up in the script. They had a sixth replicant named Mary, who was going to be a mother figure to Roy, who was a Christ figure in the movie. They wrote her out of the script, but they forgot to change that one line. It wasn't until the final version of the movie that was done in, 2014, I think it was, where they finally fixed it, where Bryant told Deckard that two of them bribed themselves trying to break into Telluride Corporation. Done.
And
It
he's
was-
back with spectacles. No comment too tiny now.
Hi. No.
Hi. I was.
It was just,
Zembu.
it was
Zembu
such a
got
drastic, it was such a drastic plot hole in the entire movie for 40 years, 30 years, 35 years, whatever it was, until they finally were like, oh, maybe we should mix that.
So
Deckard is a replicant, though.
No, you mean
he's a six
no,
man.
he's not.
ooh.
Deckard is a replicant. That
He's-
Deckard is
He
a
is the
six
six man.
He's not.
I'm
Okay,
gonna read
fine.
here what M says. We have plenty to resent them, them being the Japanese, I would assume, for in World War II. What with the torture, the POW camps, the
Sadism, but we don't.
sadism, but we don't. It works both ways. There's more hate from the Chinese for what Japan did there. Yeah,
Oh, the Chinese hate everyone.
The rape of
Well-
Nanking.
the rape of Nanking is pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not good. And
And that is
we're
why
not
the
gonna get
Flying
over that
Tigers,
for a while.
and that is why the Flying Tigers were flying out of China on behalf of the
That's true,
United States
Sashi.
with P-40 Warhawks to defend mainland China against the Japanese incursion into China. We did everything we could for them.
Ooh, this is interesting. Max, do you mind reading this if you can see it?
Malaysian Navy personnel were also involved in the Somalia piracy operation because of our experience in policing the Malacca Straits, which is quite true because there was the Straits of Malacca have had a piracy problem long before there was one off of the Horn of Africa.
Yes. Okay, right. And Sachi says we've been involved in some action. We were even the guys that pulled out the U.S. troops during the Black Hawk Down incident. No kidding, Sashi. Huh. Interesting. I would love to come and see. Like I said, I'm coming over to Malaysia and I'm sleeping on your couch for a couple days, Sashi. So that might be a little while. Dutch Gradient, do you mind reading your own comment?
I am drinking, and by the way, this had to be fixed because when I typed the queue, I tried to hit backspace, and instead it hit enter. So I'm going to read the whole thing here.
Yes.
I am drinking what I call an apple core. 1 part Maker's Mark bourbon, 1 part Martinelli's apple juice, which is the best apple juice on earth. You will never find another that is better.
Second that.
Ooh.
And
Yep,
1
I
part.
drank a whole jar of it when I was pregnant, and I can confirm.
I'm glad you agree. I can't imagine anyone fighting against me. And the last part being 7 Up. You will not find another lemon lime soda that is better than this, and you will find one that is far worse. I tried making this with Sprite once. I had to pour the entire thing down the drain because it was literally undrinkable. I've tried making it with local supermarket lemon lime sodas. It drops the flavor down. I've tried making it with ginger ale. It drops.
Sorry. I read a comment.
It drops the flavor down. I tried making with
kidding.
Coke.
Okay.
The whole thing tastes like Coke. But you make it with 7-Up, and the flavor of the bourbon and the apple juice explodes.
Ooh.
You taste every molecule.
Yeah,
of
but Num
the-
Num Num says it sounds nice, but it looks like a urine sample from a.
It may look like that to you. From here, it's a lot browner than any urine sample I've ever produced.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't know what to tell you, but
Yeah.
this is a
It did
delicious.
say by a diabetic.
Okay. That does
By a
make sense.
diabetic?
Yelling into the wind does bring the history has nuances. and
Diabetes.
there's always more than one factor and more than one cause, and this is an absolutely valid point.
Yeah.
DJ Play Nice, would you mind reading Yelling into the Wind what they've got to say here?
It was a bit more complicated than that. They were hoping for a negotiated peace. The nukes didn't make them surrender. Russia launching an offensive against them did.
I would say it's more than one factor.
Yes.
Absolutely. I wouldn't, if Russia was coming after me, yeah. I've seen the videos on how crazy Russians are. Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the war, they were the Russians were looking to grab as much of whatever they could in Asia.
And Sashi says Malaysians had a lot of resentment back in the day towards the Japanese, of course, naturally, with the occupation and such. My parents were around during the cultural exchange. And we're going to put the cultural exchange in quotation marks there. Yeah. Damn, Sashi. Did not know that. Malaysian Armed Forces personnel died pulling U.S. troops out in Somalia. No kidding. Yeah, you guys are pretty important down there. And that's why I thought you were 80 million, just because you punch way above your weight, clearly.
Would you mind bringing my my image up on screen real quick?
No, not at all. Let's see.
Because Nim said that he was seeing top trivia from me, and he did not know what I just told him. This was created for me by Star Wars Retold on YouTube. He's an incredible man. He makes amazing CGI works. I have slightly vandalized this one with my DG logo at the bottom of the can like that, because there was this wide open space that just begged for me to put my logo there. He cleared me for it, so I am posting it here. Yeah, so thank you, Nim. I greatly appreciate your saying so.
Nice. Yeah. Ooh, DG Odyssey has done several multi-night streams. Holy parrot head. Yeah, you know what? I did know that he'd done that. Yeah, that's insane.
Was a pandemic thing. Like people just were like, how long can we stream?
Wes Cagel's longest stream was on CSM's channel. He was there all day. Yeah, he was. I love Wes Cagle. Wes Cagle, I hope your ears are burning, brother.
I love Wes Cagle too.
Who doesn't? And that's no pressure. You don't have to perform. You just be yourself, West. If you're hearing this, that's like, we don't expect you to be like the awesomest guy ever. You can be an
Yes,
asshole.
we do.
We like you anyway.
But he already is without trying.
You. Right? Sometimes Wes is cranky and he's funny like that. It's great. I love it. So I get I don't know about you guys. I get hangry pretty
Well,
fierce.
if you asked me one time if he was the best dwarf. You know what Dutch Gradient he is. He is a better dwarf than you, just simply because he is so good at being cranky.
Me? Seriously?
No, Wes Cagle. Wes Cagle.
Oh, I heard you say Dutch. I was like, what, me?
No,
Oh my
that's
gosh, I try not to be cranky. my problems are when I don't drink enough. Oh my Lord, I get so short-tempered. But when I drink too much alcohol, and Jill fully knows, I get so over chatty. Oh dear Lord, I cannot shut up. So I've learned not to drink more than 3 drinks on a shot.
Yes,
Nice.
there's a urine sample from the diabetic. Oh,
There's that comment that made me laugh.
oh yes. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, from a diabetic. That's a funny part.
I'm not diabetic. My doctor has proven that.
So, Max, you know what APCs are, eh?
Yeah, armored personnel carriers.
Bingo. Do you mind reading the chat, please?
Yep. Malaysian APCs were used to pull out troops in Somalia. 10th Mountain Regiment wanted to just borrow the vehicles, but our troops said going into the area with unfamiliar equipment was not good.
They were right.
Huh. Really? They actually got it right. Interesting. Huh.
Well,
I guess. What are the differences then? They're obviously lighter, I bet. The Malaysian AP armored personnel carriers.
Well, I think maybe the idea that you would be sending troops in vehicles that they weren't trained in how to operate into a hostile situation, like that's it makes sense to turn the wheel over to the person who has been driving this every day instead of thinking that you convert your Humvee experience straight into an APC of like I don't even know if they're the same manufacturer kind of thing.
I'm sure it will work out in a movie, but only hey, do you have an armored personnel carrier? Yeah, give me it. Boom.
Guys, I just want to say, it sounds like there is constant artillery landing outside of my house and around my area. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay online, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to stay on for the rest of the show. But dear Lord, this is really, really disturbing me. Dear God.
Well, I hope your electricity stays on, but for us, it's very faint, and so we don't even realize it. But we'll know.
I'm glad you're not hearing it, but I'm hearing it. I have circumoral Sony MDR 7506 headphones, which block out most sound. They're amazing headphones, and I'm still hearing it.
Right. Yeah. Jill, do you mind reading Yelling into the Wind, please?
Keeping an ally's land is usually frowned upon, so Russia kind of had to return it to China.
Yeah, kind of.
Shit. I get, yeah, kind of. Yelling into the Wind also says...
Wait, there's more.
Where?
Jill?
Oh, yeah.
Specifically, they were hoping to side with Russia in the ensuing fallout. It's probably for the best that they didn't. When Russia attacked, any hope for getting Russia to mediate peace died.
Amen.
That's some history.
But Nim says, why did Russia give Chinese land back after they occupied it while kicking the Japanese out? Was it the peace deal? I thought it was the unconditional surrender. Yeah, well, Jill just told you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rather, Yelling into the Wind or Into the Wind told you, because he says his name used to be Into the Wind until YouTube decided to show everybody the handle. So he says you can say Yelling into the Wind, Spitting into the Wind, or whatever you like.
I don't recommend peeing into the wind.
Or spitting into
Did I say it wrong?
Depends what direction the wind goes.
Did I say it wrong?
I guess. No.
Oh, gosh, I'm sorry.
No, I don't think you did.
I think so.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Japan, well, and again, it continues. Japan's surrender was unconditional, though they only requested a condition that the emperor
That it was not unconditional.
to retire. He was granted by the Allies. However, China was essentially, ostensively an ally.
Hold on, hold the phone. What the bleedity bleep
allies.
was that all about? Because China was trying in their best to fight against Japan. What in the do they mean China was an ally?
To us.
To
Oh,
the US.
yes.
To the allies.
To us. Okay, fine.
Ooh.
Woo, I was going to say, hold the fucking phone.
240 storm days a year. I want to move to Malaysia. That sounds fun. That's exciting. You're always having something going to talk about. Because Canadians love talking about the weather. We love talking about the weather. So we'd have a lot of weather there to talk about. It'd be great.
We need some of that rain over here.
But the lightning capital of the world, the lightning capital of the world is in Venezuela, Lake Maracaibo, known for features of Matacambo lightning and an average of 233 to 250 strikes of lightning per square kilometers each year. I only know this because I am such a fan of XKCD, and they are doing a thing on what if you could concentrate all of the lightning into one spot? Could you supply a city with electricity? And he actually mentioned Lake Maracaibo in Venezuela as being the one spot on Earth that gets the most electricity. And no, you can't.
Nothing would grow, I can imagine.
Well, no, even if you could harness the electricity, it isn't enough to power even like a tiny town, let alone a city.
I have a kite. If you've got a key, we can test the theory.
And Benjamin Franklin says, "Screw you, pal."
And Old Man Bird says, especially Russia, Ukraine, which is senseless. Oh, ending the war. Yes, we must end the wars. And tens of thousands of dying every month. Can't fathom the pain. Exactly.
Yeah,
I agree.
Guess who just sent 30,000 people to 30,000 troops to Ukraine?
Am I guessing you were guessing Russia?
North Korea.
Wow.
Oh, North Korea. What a shock.
Yep.
Well, they were not even going to have ammunition, are they? I mean,
well, the last expeditionary, quote unquote expeditionary force was 15,000, and they had casualty rates of 80%.
Is that all?
Yeah,
that's not good. Oh man, no. North Korea is just. Why do we allow this genocide to happen?
No, you know what? You gotta wonder if the 20% that didn't die defected.
Yeah, well, you know what the story was is that they had phones that had uncensored internet for the very first time. Yeah, that was some interesting things happened.
Yeah,
it's like Cambodia's happening, and we're doing nothing about it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so
Cambodia, I backpacked there in 2005. What's going on in Cambodia?
Well, I mean, it's wonderful now, but it wasn't wonderful then.
Historically,
it's now North Korea.
Oh, historically, yeah. DJ Play Nice, would you mind reading this, and what do you think about it?
Ends and M says that was why the U.S. didn't want to let Japan surrender in June. They wanted to nuke Japan to show Russia the U.S. is willing to use a nuke. The U.S. is the only country to ever use a nuke.
And yet that was actually written by Yelling Into the Wind in reply to Nims.
Thank you for the appropriate attribution.
Yes, absolutely. I like to make sure people who get their credit when they get it right.
Because where she's telling him that because Stalin's attitude in the West, he was a hard bargainer. Maybe the nuke strikes made him cautious, needs more data. Well, of course,
We're going to need time machines to really get to the bottom. A whole lot of historical incidents.
His physicists were pretty good already. He didn't, the Russians came up with their own version of the bomb, but then Stalin was insistent that they detonate the bomb that was based off of the stolen American plans.
Rosenberg's.
Yep. That one.
Oh, with the lightning. Sashi's talking about the lightning here, Jill, I think. I had to.
Sure.
Surge protectors, right?
Sashi says I had to install surge protectors in my house because my house is on an elevated area. Still takes out my satellite dish every now and then.
When before we got cable, when we were still using the traditional antenna, I remember we had a lightning struck the antenna on top of the house, and I was watching Saturday morning cartoons, and it took out my cathode ray television.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a house now here, and there aren't terrible electrical storms, but I found out that I needed to add wind coverage to my homeowner's insurance. I had to add sinkhole coverage to my coverage. I found out that the lightning storms were terrible in this area, and so I had a full house surge suppressor installed right where the electricity comes into my home. So if a massive surge tries to come into my home to fries everything, it will zap that little box right there in my garage, and it is guaranteed for life, presuming the company stays in business. Pretty God. That's me knocking on wood. But at least I will be protected from the first stage that comes across.
Woohoo.
Yay!
First stage.
That's
I won't have electricity, but my stuff will be protected.
Yeah. Now you just need to harness it somehow.
Yeah, that'll be the charge.
M says the Soviets had around 5 million men in arms at the end of World War II. Russia is smaller, but we should not ignore its historic capacity to absorb casualties.
Yeah, Patton was absolutely convinced that after World War II was finished, we should have joined forces with the Germans and started attacking Russia.
Russians.
Yep, he was convinced of it.
I've heard that.
If you ever watched the movie Patton, it's brilliant because there's this one scene where George C. Scott is sitting at he's sitting with all the
Russian
generals. He's sitting with all the generals who are in charge of the whole thing at the celebration of the fall of Berlin. Yay, we've won. It's all celebration. There's a general 2 seats away from him, a translator between them, and the translator taps General Patton and says, "The Russian general would like to toast your success." And Patton looks at him with contempt and says, "Well, you should tell the Russian general that I do not choose to drink with him." And looks at the general, "Or any other son of a bitch." And the little translator looks at Patton. He's like, "What?" And looks back to the Russian general, looks back to him, and Patton says, "You tell him that words for word." So the little guy turns to the Russian general, and he starts saying things, and you hear him say, "Siksukanim," and the Russian general says, "Что?" which means what? And the Russian general says a whole bunch of words, including Siksunim. And the Russian translator nods and looks back defiantly at Patton and says, the Russian translator says, "You are a Russian son of a..." And Patton looks at the Russian general without even looking at the Russian translator and says, "We'll all drink to that. One son of a to the other." And the little translator starts to turn back to the Russian general. That's a double take at Patton, and that's a sim. And the Russian general nods, and they both drink to each other, looking real serious at each other. The next time I was playing cards with friends of mine, one who speaks Russian fluently, he played a hand that killed me cold, and I said, "Das sim," and he looked at me and said, "You son of a," and I was like, "Yes, I did catch that right."
Nice.
Sim, Russian son of a.
It's an interesting language. I've been exposed a little bit to it, and it's an interesting language. It's
very, very, very particular pronunciations. Well, if you're talking with another Russian.
Enough to where I've heard some shows where someone says "suchka," and I'm like, "Oh, that means little bitch." Gotcha.
Max, would you mind reading this from Yelling into the Wind?
That kind of warranty isn't super useful. Either their product is good, so you won't need the warranty, or it isn't, and there will be enough claims the company will fold before you get your payment.
Yelling into the window, you are correct. If it hits enough people that have that warranty in my area, if I'm the only one in the area that it hits, it'll probably still be good. Who knows? If it's not good, you know what? At least my equipment wasn't killed.
Yep.
At first.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Well,
what is a CNP3?
In what context?
Exactly. In this context, yelling into the wind.
CNP3 can refer to the Armpure Airport in Canada, a Canature protein yeast in Reet pore base, or a C-type patriotic peptide NPBG gene.
No.
Oh, they just meant make no mistake, Russia's nuke program wasn't good either. They just managed to hit their own people. Chernobyl nuclear power plant reactor number, I think it was number 4 though.
Oh.
Anyway, being the obvious issue, they also may have cracked a tectonic plate with a nuke test.
Dear.
Except they didn't.
Oh, good. We would. He corrects yelling into the wind. Corrects himself. Sorry.
And you know, it's just to show the Russians. The Russians are just pure Russian. When the Russians took over, when the Russians troops commandeered Chernobyl initially, you had troops digging trenches in Chernobyl, were places where there was stuff buried, like radioactive waste buried.
What?
And there was because they don't necessarily the whole story of Chernobyl has been erased selectively from Russian education. And then there's been a sarcophagus, and then well, it's
why though? It's like it's an industrial tragedy.
It is an from terms of organizational behavior, it is an extreme embarrassment for Russia. Even though it was the Soviet Union,
But now there's a whole TV show about it.
Well, that's just swell. But anyway, they have like the whole aircraft, this new aircraft hangar thing that was like $100 billion, and the thing is that is like there's like negative pressure. So like if anything, if like someone opens a door or something, stuff blows in, and like just to show that Russia is like really Russia. They start hitting the shell on the reactor.
Oh,
I mean, so I mean, it's not like it's like the end of the world. It's just like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Here's the problem with the Chernobyl reactor, is that it wasn't that the reactor was bad, except that the reactor was bad. RBMK means really badly made kettle.
Mhm.
Except that's not what it actually stands for, but that's what everyone says RBMK means. It was a reactor that was designed for voids to actually exist, which nobody wants in a reactor. But the Chernobyl reactor wanted voids occasionally, but not superly. When they decided they needed to test the thing, they dropped power levels below where they should have been. Then there was problems with getting enough test personnel person in. Oh no, we need to test personnel person in. No, we need other personnel in.
And
by that point, they should have just said, "All right, reset the test."
And also the design of it, the graphite,
really badly made kettle.
The rods were tipped with graphite.
Graphite. Yep, that was the worst part of it.
Which not only had effects on the neutrons, but it got the control rods jammed in the core.
Yep, sure did. And the problem was that they did not at the point when the new team came on, they were like, well, the power levels are too low. We can't run the test now. Let's just get things back where they're supposed to be, and then we can do the test. And the morons in charge were like, no, we have to do these tests now. And they ran the test anyway.
Yeah.
And everything went completely, totally wrong. And the entire core exploded as a result.
Well, it just seems like Max and Dutch Gradient could start their own podcast.
Yeah, well, we're
nuclear reactions.
we're kids of the Cold War, so.
Yeah, and we both watched Chernobyl. We both know the whole thing,
Yes.
and we also watched the analysis of Chernobyl. We know where they got the show wrong,
Yep.
and oh my Lord! By the way, if you guys ever want to watch Chernobyl, and you start getting to the episode where they start shooting dogs, skip it.
Okay, good idea.
It is not worth watching.
No,
Yeah.
John Wick.
The happy ending part is the wildlife, including the dogs, are doing just fine.
Yes, absolutely, positively, no question about it. There are no dogs being killed. Dear Lord, I could not stand that episode.
All right.
I understand it had to be done. I understand it was done.
But-
I did not need to see it being done or even hear it being done.
Yeah.
F that show for that.
But the point, it was just a demonstration of socialism, communism saves face before it ever tries to save lives.
Well, of course. I think we're going to close up the show, folks.
I think that's a great idea.
Pretty late. I'm getting
Hey, let's pick up
tired.
next time on following up on Chernobyl HBO series.
But no, I haven't. I'm getting DJ Plainaz. We haven't heard from you in a while.
The Revenge of the Dogs. Yes,
Good
You
one,
need
Jill.
reading this before we finish out here.
Yeah, yelling into the wind says, to be fair to the Russians, it was likely an accident to hit the facility. On the other hand, why wouldn't you put a huge exclusion zone to avoid that sort of accidental strike?
Right.
Oh
No, absolutely. It was definitely an accident and it hit the facility. No question about it. But they never told anyone. And by the time the ions and nuclear material reached Finland, they were like, what the heck are we detecting here?
They were like, wait a second, this amount of radiation.
Finland.
This type of radiation. Wait, that can't be. That's the core.
Yes.
So
That was when the entire world understood what had happened, because Russia was unwilling to tell anyone what had happened. It took until the accident reached Finland
and Sweden
and other countries between there. Yeah, it was dreadful. It was horrible. And it was where communism fails.
Huh.
In every way, combination, shape, and form.
And with that,
so anyway,
remember the Uprising. Yes, thanks. Yes, the Uprising movie trailer. Very cool. Tune in next week. Where
oh, the Demon Core.
Demon Cores.
Oh my god!
And yes,
perfect.
Parrot had sent me a picture of the elephant foot. I don't know.
Well, that was a like liquid hot magma, but that was like the melted down core near the bottom of the floor of the reactor hall, and it was what's called corium. It's basically it is the melted down reactor, and for a long melted down fuel from the reactor, and the whatever wasn't vaporized into the reactor, and it looked like a huge elephant's foot. And for a long time, if you had taken a photograph of it like in line of sight, that meant you got enough direct radiation that you were dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And probably not in a fun way. Like not.
No. Oh god, no. No. If you have seen the HBO series, Chernobyl, you understand there are no fun ways to die of radiation sickness.
Yeah, I mean before the second physicist was taken out by the Demon Core, General Leslie Groves, who was the military attaché to the Manhattan Project, said, "Well, I think dying of radiation poisoning is actually quite pleasant." Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck with that, pal.
This is what Parrot Head. Thank you very much.
That is the elephant's foot.
Send me elephant foot is something you don't want to get close to. Says Sasha. He knows about elephants. Now the lightning that you see in the photo is most likely it was a flashlight that was being used.
It's probably it's probably a very long. It's probably a long exposure.
Long exposure. Yeah.
5 to 10 seconds.
Yeah,
so
that's
you can see
flashlight in the area.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they probably used a flash, which got the guy in the white hard hat there, and then dragging the shutter for 5 to 10 seconds got the light of whatever was on him, and yeah. But it's gotten less and less and less and less fatal to be close to it, but. There's a place in the basement of the elementary school where the firemen were initially declothed and decontaminated, and that is like totally dark, and it's still a humongous radiation hazard.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So
take your Geiger counter.
Yep. Take the Geiger counter.
So we're gonna send our audience to bed dreaming of
real quick, Jill, that honestly, that reminds me of the last episode that Eclectic Jill and a bunch of us did on Harsh Realm.
Eclectic Goat, you mean?
Eclectic Goat, sorry, thank you. God. So
I love her though, but I don't mind being complacent with her. She's cool.
Indeed, you're both cool. So basically, we were covering Harsh Realm. And there was a place they were going into that was potentially radioactive. And they gave these guys these little tabs that would let them know if they had been exposed to radiation. It was a binary. It was either silver, they were okay, or black, they had been exposed to radiation.
Oy.
There was no indication of how much radiation or how long or where it was.
Shit.
It was like, what the kind of radiation detector is this?
No.
It's like you pass a certain threshold and that's it.
Yeah. No. You don't understand. The radiation was, you have received radiation, period.
Yeah.
That's where it turns black. I'm like, what the heck good is that?
Well,
Jill,
What are you doing?
You know, it
this
lets you know if you
week?
need to check with your doctor. Okay, so yeah, this week.
Yes.
I've
What are you doing
got,
this week? And thanks for joining the panel tonight, Jill.
of course, no problem.
Thank
So
you.
it's going to be
Yes,
Tuesday
Whee!
soon.
She's
On
got
yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday is the Twilight Zone. I'm going to review the episode Parallel, season 4. And Friday, I'm going to have Retro Nerd Girl on to finish Hudson Hawk. But we are going to do a surprise birthday party for her. She does not realize this because her birthday is on Saturday. And I'm not going to tell her. But you guys know that I'm going to do something special for her when she shows up. I just don't know quite what yet. But yeah, if her birthday's on Saturday, I have to celebrate it. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Heck yeah.
But the show's on Friday. But anyway, I got to do something.
That's fun.
And Saturday do something, maybe play a game.
And Max, what about you? Where can we find you the next little while? Do you think?
Probably on your show and Jill's show, and maybe on let's see, King Dolphin TV.
Ooh,
and,
yes, with
yeah.
Raymond, of course.
Yeah,
in color.
Of
and
course,
stereo.
with Raymond and the pod. Yeah. And thanks for being here tonight, Max. You're
Thanks
always
for having me, buddy.
there when I ask you. And yeah, see ya, Sashi. Thank you to all the chat for being here. And Dutch Gradient, how about yourself? What are you gonna do this next week? Do you think, as far as YouTube's is going?
Well, as far as YouTube goes, all I can say is watch this space. I don't know whose shows I will be on. I'm still trying to create my own content. I'm having trouble figuring out how to record, let alone how to edit, let alone how to paste.
Oh yeah.
And it's really a pain in it. So you can charge me on that. By the way, yes, that was me self-censoring. But I will be tomorrow night, not streaming, but I will be with Eclectic Goat and a bunch of other wonderful folks playing a new role-playing game I've never played before called Shadow of the Demon Lord.
Ooh.
It sounds like wonderful fun. I love role-playing, and I can do it very well, I think. Honestly, I love acting. I love being in front of an audience. I love acting when I'm not in front of an audience. But yeah, I'm trying to make an audience. I'm trying to give my audience product. I'm trying to give my audience content. I'm trying to be a person.
As Jesse Jackson said, you are somebody.
Yay!
No, when I posted in the chat, you were the first one to respond. So I appreciate you coming on tonight. And
dude, I am such an attention whore you wouldn't believe.
You've been here from the start, so I appreciate it. And I'd like to say, DJ Play Nice, thank you too for being here tonight. You come on quite a few times in the last little while. I like that. What are you doing this next week?
I'm just out there cruising the mean streets of YouTube and trying to suggest that, I guess, how am I going to put it, man? Stop making excuses and look for opportunities.
That's good for everyone.
And as always, I want to say before I go that if you're in crisis or you know someone who is in the United States and Canada, you can dial 988 or 1-800-273-TALK. In the UK, you can dial 0800-689-5652. And in Australia, it's 13 11 14. Local help is always available. And indeed, someone cares. Thanks, Spidey.
Thanks.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for
Thanks,
being
DJ.
here.
And I think this is specifically for DJ. August 5th, I will have a membership stream, my first one since being demonetized. So,
Rock. Good to hear.
Awesome. Thank you for being here with us, chat. Many of you have been here the whole time. We've been going darn near 4 hours. So thank you for being here. That's only because I don't have a job to go to tomorrow. So that's why we can do this. But I appreciate it. We will, of
as
course.
soon as you do have a job, we'll work around it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work around it. My Thursday night shows usually go pretty like
Pacific time, they'd be 10 p.m. or so. But I'm going to start working here before long, so I won't be able to go that late. But I'll still be doing Thursday evening shows, Travel Talk with Spidey. We're going to talk about travel. We're going to show pictures that myself or my guest has taken from around the world. And we're just going to have fun talking about travel. I could talk about travel all day long, but it's time for bed. I think, yes, unemployment is yay for unemployment. No, Sashi, it's no, God, the credit card companies love it, and the line of credits and the banks, they love it. I'll tell you that.
I can't believe it's almost 4 a.m.
I know,
It's so much time for bed. My husband made me a ham and egg sandwich.
Nice. Take it to bed, eat it in bed. I would. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.